Because he busted his leg, he always himself.
Senior Genesis Twister, get yours today.
Eh? What'd you say?
I said get yours today.
What? Get Doris Day?
Yeah, that's right, Doris Day. That's exactly what I meant, Doris Day. You got it, Papa.
Good morning. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, hello, hello. There's Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Good morning.
Good morning. Pat Godwin under the weather. There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Agent.
And evidently we will hear from today. Pending bail arrangements, we'll hear from Willie Griswold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Frank Caliendo.
In Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen.
In Arizona.
When Willie gets to Phoenix,
I don't know
he'll
why.
be stoked.
It really irritates me when you say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why. Like a couple weeks ago, Josh would shake his protein shake in here. Remember that? I told him. I said, don't, it pisses me off. Don't do that. And he stopped, thankfully.
Wow, is this the Princess and the Pea?
No, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a tradition.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a tradition, like some of the traditions.
Traditions, what it
we're,
is.
We're losing, and at the Indy 500, they no longer say, gentlemen, start your engines because of some woke BS, losing one of the great traditions of all time.
Well, this was unintended, and I'd like to say I love it when I hear you say, ladies and gentlemen. If
Your driver start your engine, generic everything. We're going to be just like everybody else.
well, I think that's the best way to. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, is a show business tradition that goes way back.
You keep talking.
And just because you don't feel included, because
keep
obviously by
talking.
any account you're not a gentleman.
My Lord.
I
Chick, were you ever a fan of Ladies and Germs?
Loved it.
Me too.
Loved ladies
Loved
and
it.
germs.
Always made me laugh.
Ladies
See,
and
that only
germs.
exists as a joke because of ladies and gentlemen.
Well, sure.
That's the setup, you see. I just want to say that two things are happening I'm very excited about. One, Jess Hooker is preparing macaroni and cheese, and do you want to explain what style the mac and cheese is today?
It's Andy Reid inspired. Just a heads up.
Hang on, I have to do the setup.
What?
Andy Reid's the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the two teams in Super Bowl 57, taking place Sunday in Arizona. And we'll be talking with Willie Griswold and Kostaki Economopoulos and Frank Caliendo from Arizona. How's it feel, pal?
I was just going to comment on Josh's shirt.
What about it?
Why? It looks like a beef stew can. But
Dog Dick Red.
Oh!
now we got a show.
No, I was going to say, so Jess Hooker is our show chef. Try saying that a couple times. And you're making Andy Reid, there was a thing where he was at the airport with some report. He's famous for his chili and his cheeseburgers.
When he won the Super Bowl the first time, they asked him after the game, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to go get a big cheeseburger.
Right.
And then that led to him talking about
he had a conversation.
food.
Yeah, he had a conversation with a reporter, just literally a conversation, not an interview, and he was talking about his macaroni and cheese recipe.
So we're going to try it.
Yeah, this is the most expensive macaroni and cheese I've ever made. Obviously, it's an NFL coach's recipe because, I mean, we're pushing $200.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
On cooking macaroni and cheese?
For this amount of people, for this many
For
people
like, what,
here.
8 people here?
I did 12 servings.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 12 servings.
Okay, so us, that's
7
probably-
different kinds of cheeses.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive cheese?
Probably the Gruyere.
Okay.
I would say. What else did I get? I went to a nice place and got good cheese. So,
Okay, well, that's nice. Well, this is going to be fun. We're going to try it.
Oh, it's a cheese
and
shop,
I'm sure,
so.
do we have a to-go box for Ace?
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
Because
Look how happy he is. The man's a lunatic.
now, the other thing I wanted to mention, do you remember the bubblegum cartoon you'd get?
Like Bazooka Joe?
Yeah, and there was...
Yeah, that's the basis of all your comedy. Yeah, go ahead.
And there was the guy... Don't say that to Ace. That's just me.
I was talking right to you, pal.
Remember the one guy that had the... he had the turtleneck way up high.
I do.
And it covered half his face. That's what Miss Hooker has on today.
That was
and
not...
then you made a Monica Lewinsky reference as soon as
However,
I walked in this morning.
I don't see any stains on that sweater.
However, no, she was wearing a beret earlier, and I said the same thing when I saw her.
I just said that's a nice beret. I didn't say anything about Monica Lewinsky.
Oh,
Chick did.
Chick did.
What did you say? See, now, do you remember the name of that guy? Was that was he Pud?
No, this is Mort.
Mort.
Pud's
Okay.
a different guy. I think Pud was sort of a womanizer, I think.
Were they aware that PUD was a slang term for the male member when they named that character in the bubblegum?
Is that what pulling your pud means?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then losing your mud is a different thing.
That's diarrhea, I believe.
It could be.
Or a sudden attack of the... yes.
Okay, good. Well, you look very nice. I like that sweater. That looks like you're a sailor in that. What's that? The Irish Spring commercial.
It is an Irish.
And I like it too.
Yeah, an Irish wool sweater.
Remember the guy takes he takes the Irish Spring bar of soap and takes a knife out.
Loved it. Got a little sliver.
Carves it.
Start to rain.
Yeah, it's nice, very nice. And then he does a couple shots of Bailey's. So anyways, coming up, we are going to check in with our friends in Phoenix, including the great comedian Frank Caliendo, Kostaki Economopoulos, and one of my sons, Willie G, out there in Phoenix.
Is it legal in Arizona?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Is what legal in Arizona?
Willie's favorite snacks?
The marijuana.
Oh, I don't know.
It should be, my God. There are a lot of really old people that probably could use
That should
the
be our first question, I guess.
THC, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. We need to get a like a map in here that has each state on it with the weed pins and where it's legal.
There must be an app.
Yeah, there has.
Oh, I'm sure it's somewhere, but it changes all the time. Same thing is true of betting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple states where betting just became legal, and we had
Proposition 207, the Safe and Smart Act, passed into law in November 2020, legalized marijuana for adult personal use in Arizona revised statutes.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So there you go.
So we don't have to worry about Willie being Brittany Griner in Phoenix.
They're holding me in Arizona.
State licensed sales of recreational cannabis began on January 22nd, 2021, making Arizona the fastest state to start retail sales after recreational legalization was approved in the United States history.
Legalization.
Legalization.
Well, remember in New York, it took them 2 years to get the first store up.
Yeah.
That's what happens when the government runs it.
Can't even imagine the bureaucracy that was involved.
They did a really complicated thing where previous marijuana convicted people got the storage licenses, which makes sense, I guess. By the way, we opened the show with that tribute to the elderly because we got a nice letter from Brett. I'll leave his name off this.
What's his last name? What's his start with? First letter.
It's a very unusual name. You'd never guess it.
Oh, it's not like Williams or Johnson.
No. It's not a
Or
simple.
Hart? Brett the Hitman Hart?
No. He goes,
Dead, I believe.
before my grandma passed away, she was in an old folks home. They used to play bingo all the time, and she was upset because there was a lady sitting next to the caller. I found out that woman was blind and told my grandma, and grandma said, "Too bad. Everybody has to play their own game. This bingo is a serious game." Well,
too bad.
Wow.
Grandma has the attitude you need in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Okay? She's going to be champion.
had the attitude.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Nice request. Thank you very much, Brett. A little bit of a senior citizens twister to open things up. Now, you want to give me a sports preview?
Well, we had the NFL honors is what they call this. They pass out the MVPs and the defensive rookie of the year and the offensive rookie of the year and all these sorts of awards last night. Yes, Tom, what is it?
Didn't pass out the MVP award before the season's over.
They
This is for the regular season?
base it on the regular season. It's not based on the playoffs. How many times?
That's why there's a separate MVP for the Super Bowl.
Okay, just saying.
Okay, yeah. How's that sugar?
But they are going with MVP. They're not going with GOAT or whatever the hell it is.
Every time you do that, I'm going to grab my Band-Aids and do it.
Oh, I like that. That's a good sound. I'm sorry. So was it Mr. Mahomes?
Yes, Patrick Mahomes and the NFL regular season. Shut up. NFL regular season MVP has not won a Super Bowl since 1999. Who won it then? I'll give you a hint. Josh, who won the Super Bowl?
Brett Favre.
No.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner. That's exactly right, from the fabulous, at the time, St. Louis Rams. That's the last NFL MVP to win the Super Bowl. So it's been a while. And the new NFL Hall of Fame inductees were announced also at the honors last night. And Damar Hamlin made an appearance, a quite emotional appearance last night.
Oh, that's nice.
With the first responders all on stage with him.
Oh, that's even nicer.
Who, in quotes, saved his life. Oh, wait a minute. It's not in quotes, is it? Yes,
They did.
They did save his life.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
so
much.
there you go.
That's
And
cool.
ladies and gentlemen, I am, if you haven't, I don't want to tell you because I want to bring this amazing performance. I want to be the one to bring it to you. That's right. We've all been waiting for this, but Kelly Clarkson and Kirk Cousins did a musical number last night that you ain't gonna believe.
Really?
Was it fun?
Yes.
That Kelly's fun.
Squirmy?
Okay.
You'll hear why.
Cringy?
Okay, good.
Yeah. I don't know why. Kirk, never mind.
Well, you don't like Kirk Cousins.
It's coming. Now I don't like. Never mind. It's coming up.
All right. Okay.
No.
Yes, that's why. It's my personal feelings about Kirk Cousins. It's not that he hurt my ears.
Now, a quick history of athletes who sing.
Oh,
I think it starts and ends with Smoking Joe Frazier.
Knew it.
Joe Frazier and the Knockouts. You ever hear those guys?
No.
Jess? Oh, they're
You know who Joe Frazier is?
No.
He was the world heavyweight champion.
Oh, yeah.
fought Ali.
Ali versus Frazier.
Down
Got
goes
it.
Frazier.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a Foreman fight, but okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to bring it to the world of boxing, at least in general.
Remember that Ali Frazier, that fight? Everyone in 1971. You had a favorite, and everybody kept their ear on the fight. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, those were the days. Now, we have a quick quiz for Chick McGee. What is your sleep number setting?
100. I like that firm mattress, Tom. You know.
We'll just go around
Comfy.
the Josh, your sleep number setting?
65.
65. Okay, that's less firm. I go with an 85, which is kind of midway between you two guys. Christy Lee, I know, goes with a 40.
I have a 40 sleep number.
That's not what she talks like. She wants a softer mattress. This is an interesting stat from the Sleep Number bed people. 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness. So if you've got a sleep partner, okay, guess what? You can make them happy by getting a Sleep Number bed. And to make yourself happy, and by the way, the Sleep Number beds have a bunch of different cool stuff. Some of them actually can help you sleep better because
it makes you happy.
Because they're smart beds.
That's a preview of Kirk Cousins. Okay, go ahead.
The Sleep Number Smart Bed lets you adjust the firmness on either side. Also, they've got beds that help you with the temperature. All kinds of really cool stuff because they've done a lot of research in the world of sleeping. Partner snoring, Sleep Number has a solution for that too with a Flex Fit Smart Adjustable Base. You can gently raise your partner's head at the touch of a button. All this is happening at the touch of a button. So choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number because you want every day to be your best day and you need proven quality sleep every night to get that. So right now, it's the ultimate Sleep Number event. Save a staggering 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed with special financing available right now subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. See sleepnumber.com/BT show for the details. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. You'll love your Sleep Number bed. Be a great Valentine's Day present. Oh, now where everybody's happy. That's what they should call it, the Everybody's Happy Bed. When we come back, it's sports and
when we come back, just a little taste.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I just wanted to sing one quick tribute song to Tom Brady on behalf of all the other quarterbacks in our league.
All right, shine
Would
bright
that be
like a
okay?
diamond. Okay.
Tom's 1-7.
Okay, that's all you get. More coming up.
it takes courage.
I can't wait.
to get up there with Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson.
She's very good. All that's coming up when we come back.
It's very apparent.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
That's Frank Caliendo. We'll be hearing from him later this morning. He's out west for our Super Bowl preview, along with Kostaki Economopoulos and Willie Griswold. And again, Frank Caliendo. That's coming up later this morning as we get you set for the upcoming big game on Sunday. That's right. Our folks are out there in Glendale, Arizona. We'll be catching up with them. Sophie, Christy's daughter, going to be stopping by. Sure, Christy's on assignment, but that won't stop Sophie from stopping in. And our comedian staff member, Jeff Oskey, with the news we failed to mention, a special Friday edition coming up this morning as well. Plus, Chick McGee's shoe-in pick of the week for the Super Bowl. It's all on the way on this Friday, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. Have you ever wanted to dance like a Rockette and get a college credit for it? Well, a group of college students in Boston getting a unique opportunity to learn dance like the Radio City Rockettes. The Precision Dance Team, known for its annual Christmas Spectacular, partnering with the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley, they've created the first 4-credit college dance class taught by the Rockettes. The instructor sharing the team's meticulously precise technique based on tap, ballet, and jazz, in which the dancers move and kick in perfect synchronicity. Boston Conservatory student Rhapsody Steiger says she's never before taken such a challenging class. She says no other style of dance really emphasizes the precision of every single body part. Meanwhile, New Zealand police have found more than 3 tons of cocaine floating in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean after it was dropped there by an international drug smuggling syndicate. Police said Wednesday, while they had yet to make any arrests, they had dealt a financial blow to everyone from the South American producers of those drugs through to the distributors in what was the nation's largest ever drug seizure. New Zealand Police Commissioner Andrew Coster said the cocaine had been dropped at a floating transit point in 81 bales before it was intercepted by the Navy. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Born this week back in 1828 was science fiction writer Jules Verne. He wrote such books as 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Around the World in 80 Days. And what had to be a disappointment, his final journey to the center of the earth stopped after just 6 feet. Pink is 43, which everybody who does paint by numbers already knows.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
And now, from the Amish Brewing Company, Buttermilk Ice Light.
Ringer! Nice toss, Graber. Thank you, my friends. Women of the Old Testament.
Okay. Ruth or Mary Magdalene?
Ruth. Okay, how about this? Ruth or Eve? Eve.
Buttermilk Ice Light from the Amish Brewing Company. The hand-churned buttermilk is frozen, the curds removed, put in the back of a buggy and driven around town until thawed, then returned to the farm and slowly filtered through a hand-sewn patchwork quilt, then refrozen to create the unique taste of Buttermilk Ice Light.
Okay, plain black floor-length dress or red lacy see-through teddy? Plain black floor-length dress.
When you say buttermilk, you've said it all.
99 glasses of buttermilk on the wall.
Hold it, Fritz. Fritz, move over. Let me drive the buggy. It's okay, Graber. I took his reins away when he wasn't looking. You're a good friend, Yoder.
The Amish Brewing Company would like to remind you, if thou hast had too much to drink, thou shalt not drive. Amish Brewing Company, Napanee, Indiana.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hello.
Christy Lee continuing on vacation. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
At the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold, Kostaki, whatever, and Frank Caliendo in Arizona. We'll be checking in with them later this morning. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Got a little bit of information for you over here.
Please share.
For Chick, do you know who Ms. Gwen Dickey is?
Gwen Dickey.
You're going to be a fan.
Lynn Dickey's ex-wife. I don't know.
The female singer that sings lead on the song Car Wash.
Oh, Car Wash.
You were talking about that great song yesterday. We didn't know who the singer was.
I love the Car Wash.
Because is it credited to the band Rose Royce?
Rose Royce. So everyone just assumed when it came out that it was actually,
a lady named Rose Royce.
A lady named Rose Royce.
But it is, in fact, Gwen Dickey. So it's good to know. What just happened?
Draw attention to it. Thanks, Tom.
I thought you were putting a needle on a...
It did sound like that.
You know, we do have a record around here that's the only way we can play it is if you put the old needle to the vinyl. Did you guys know that?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought you did know.
Well, there are certain artists that are not on...
That's right.
They're not on various
They're purists.
platforms.
They're sticking with vinyl. That's right.
Yeah, they'll never release anything any other way. We'll perhaps be hearing one of those momentarily.
Oh, really?
All right.
What is that?
It's his...
Never mind.
Cord.
Last night at the NFL Honors, oh, God. Yeah. That's Car Wash.
Oh, I love this one. Ladies and gentlemen, getting your just recognition, it's Gwen Dickey.
He started this. Something flashed in front of him, and he goes, "Oh, hey!" And it's got his attention.
I was just trying to make sure that we went on record as saying...
I think we said Gwen Dickey the other day when we were playing.
Yeah, Ace had told us, but it's always good to be refreshed.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Chick,
I think your phone's in... Yeah.
We appreciate the effort. You wanted us to hear something.
What podcast is that?
Not anymore. Not anymore ever. It's all done now.
Not anymore ever.
No, not anymore.
I'm sorry.
What would you like to do now?
The NFL honors.
What would you like to do now? Car crash. Patrick Mahomes dominated the voting for the AP NFL Most Valuable Player Award. Now he will try to break what they're calling the MVP curse because no one since 1999 has won the NFL MVP and the Super Bowl in the same season. The last one was Kurt Warner for the then St. Louis Rams. This is Mahomes' second NFL MVP award. He also won in 2018. It says here, easily leading Jalen Hurts, receiving 48 of 50 first place.
Oh, wow.
That's almost all of them.
Wow.
And Pro Football Hall of Fame class was announced last night, something that I had no vote in. Six-time All-Pro offensive lineman Joe Thomas, the Browns. Darrelle Revis, for some reason, got voted into the Hall of Fame. Let's see. DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Rondé Barber is in somehow. And senior candidates, I don't want to offer my opinion. Joe Klecko, Chuck Howley, and Ken Riley, famous Cincinnati Bengal, also in the going in the Hall of Fame. And coaching Don Coryell, what many people say the father of the modern passing game.
And host of Soul Train.
He's finally in the Hall of Fame. That's Don Cornelius.
No, which Revis got in?
Darrelle Revis.
Darrelle Revis. Did you know that he is in the same class entering with Mike Rucker?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the famous defensive end. So it's going to be Rucker and Revis.
Wouldn't it be Ruckus?
Mike Rucker played for the Carolina Panthers, you may recall.
Even the Panthers fans forget
Picked a fine time to Revis, Darnell.
And last night at the NFL Honors, Kelly Clarkson was on stage and had a special guest.
I love her. She's just so positive, always excited.
Tom has often said that's the best produced TV show in the history of the world.
It's just positivity. It's good
fun.
stuff.
They do a great job.
She gets happiness out in the world.
Well, here's Kelly last night at the NFL Honors.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I just wanted to sing one quick tribute song to Tom Brady.
This is Kirk Cousins walking on stage while Kelly's there.
On behalf of all the other quarterbacks in our league.
All right, shine bright like a diamond. Okay.
Tom's won 7 times, went to 10. He's on some beach, so maybe Kirk could win.
Wait, you can really sing.
Yeah. Since he's been gone.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not bad.
Are you listening to the same thing I am?
No, you can kind of talk through that song.
Yeah.
Since you've been gone.
And he's nervous as hell.
Okay, let's hear your version.
In front of all these NFL stars.
I can sing just like the Thompson twins, so I keep it to myself. Here's more.
First of all, you can really sing. What? Like, okay.
Come on, Kelly. Everyone wants to hear you sing, not me. Let's go.
Let's go.
See, big difference.
Yeah, there is quite a difference.
Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. I'm sorry.
It wasn't the assault on the ears that we were expecting.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's a wrap. Now we just post thirst traps. Now that he's gone. Yeah.
That's funny.
Give it up for Kelly Clarkson.
Give it up for Kirk Cousins, who can sing,
The
apparently.
give it up thing, is that?
What are you going
Give
to say?
give him a hand.
No,
What would you rather
give it
them
up
sing?
for?
Yeah.
Did that start with a certain late night talk show host whose name I'm forgetting?
Arsenio Hall?
Was that an Arsenio Hall thing?
Oh, I always assumed it was earlier than that.
It's
But
earlier than that, yeah.
It was? Okay.
Isn't it like cliche in the clubs?
Yeah. Yes, very much so. Comedy clubs.
Show your love.
Oh, there
Give
you
it
go.
up for Josh Arnold. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, any other honors of distinction last evening?
Well, no, DeMar Hamlin was on stage. He absolutely stole the show. He made his second appearance publicly in Phoenix during Super Bowl week, joining the first responders on stage at NFL Honors last night, who absolutely saved his life. The Bills safety received the NFLPA's Alan Page Community Award last night. Actually, on Wednesday, he was on stage last night, and a little more than a month after he went into cardiac arrest on the field during the Bills-Bengals game on that Monday night. He appeared again at the NFL Honors last night. First responders on stage recognized. Remember, he collapsed on the field after a collision with Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins on January 2nd, and he's absolutely fine now. So there you go.
And is it correct that he stated he's going to play again?
I don't know if he stated that, but there are rumors that that obviously would be a goal of his, I would think. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
That'd be great.
That would be unbelievable if he could absolutely play again.
Now, yesterday in the show, I believe it was Josh that described a specific color as a dog dick red. Got a nice letter here from Brian.
Some guy named Dick.
Saying, thanks for finally getting an official color for the Bob and Tom show. It brings back memories of my drill sergeant in basic training.
I love drill sergeant stories.
Always referring to me as red on the head. Well, you can figure out the rest. Like an anatomical part of the dog. Oh, thank you very much, Brian. We certainly appreciate your listening. Where were we?
You're the big fan of the prop bets during Super Bowl week.
I am. They're fun.
How about the brotherly love Super Bowl prop? This is Travis Kelce receiving yards, -6.5, versus Jason Kelce snaps played. Jason is averaging 67 snaps played per game over his last 3 games. So which is more? You take the over, the under, whatever, and you bet $160 and you could win $100. And the coin toss, you like that one, Tom. How about this one? Will there be a score in the last 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter? Yes, -190. And this has hit in 8 straight Super Bowls and 14 of the past 15.
Wow.
And also there's a stat out there that the team in the white jersey has won more Super Bowls recently than the teams in the dark jersey. And the Chiefs are wearing white this Sunday.
And coming up on today's Bob and Tom program,
we're going to wear jerseys.
We are going to be, enjoying the mac and cheese recipe inspired by Andy Reid and the shoe-in of the week.
Oh,
on
all
the
right.
way with Chick McGee, and his Super Bowl pick is coming.
Will there be a score in the first 6 minutes? The Eagles are famous in the playoffs. Well, not in the playoffs. Regular season on through the playoffs. Scoring on the first drive of the game.
They like to get it started.
Will there be a score in the first 6 minutes? No, minus 145. Will there be a 2-point conversion, Tom? Will it attempted at any time during the game? Yes, plus 110.
How are you betting on those two?
I'll say yes in the first 6 minutes, and yes for the 2-point conversion.
Oh,
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. What did you? Was it attempt or a successful one? I didn't hear what you said.
Attempt at any time.
Will there be a successful 2-point conversion?
My apologies. I was wrong.
And this is one that I will never forget this. We used to get together and watch the Super Bowl somewhere with sunshine, and Tom had this bet, and it did not come in, and he was the only one standing up screaming in the group of people watching the game. He had total interceptions in the game, over 1.5, and I believe you had the over, and there was only one interception. So late in the game, he's screaming for an interception. They think he's a
either team.
Either team. He didn't care. Somebody pick it off. Yeah. It was absolutely...
the most money I ever lost in the Super Bowl was one of the years that the Redskins didn't win. I believe it was 83.
You remember who they played, right?
Was it the Raiders?
The Raiders, the famous 38-9 game, the famous Jack Squirick game, the famous where the Raiders cheated.
That was the famous I lost my ass game.
No.
First drive of the game ends in a punt and does not cross midfield. There's jersey number of the first touchdown score. Willie was going to play this. Is it odd or even?
Oh, that's fine.
That is a fun one. That's just pure.
Yep. Chiefs total rushing yards in the game, at least one touchdown in each quarter. No, minus 140. Isaiah Pacheco, is he in any relation to Ferdy Pacheco, the fight doctor? Do we know this?
I don't know.
Isaiah Pacheco receiving yards over 16.5. That's a lock. You got to bet that.
Well, we're going to get the lowdown on the Chick McGee pick for the game itself coming up with the shoe-in of the week. Also, coming up today, we have interesting things in the world of news, including radishes in the news.
I love them.
I love radishes.
Do you love radishes?
Yes, and we all know a dirty secret about Pat Godwin when it comes to radishes.
Eats them in the car on the way home.
Actually, he also claimed he eats them in the store.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, he just grabs them?
Yes.
They're so filthy.
I know.
They come out of dirt.
Right.
Well, potatoes come out of...
I like them too.
Yeah, but you get home and you wash them.
Yeah, to eat them right out of the
well, if they're in the bag, they have pre-washed bags, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
So maybe
that's
that.
what he's. I hope that's what he's doing.
It's Godwin. No way. Patty G not here today. He will be in Evansville tomorrow with Jeff Oskey. A very special night at the Simplicity Furniture Shop. They got a stage there. It's going to be a great night of comedy and music with Patty G and Jeff Oskey. Tomorrow night, show is on. Pat will be down there tomorrow. That'll be a cool thing. Speaking of washing your potatoes and your radishes, coming up, some fascinating statistics about hand washing.
You know, Josh might be too modest to mention this, but didn't you bump into a lady in the produce department? And
I did, yeah. I was looking, sorting through some russets, some potatoes there.
Some single gal?
Yeah. She looked to be, she wasn't wearing a ring. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
About my age, and very, very, very pretty. And I looked at her, and I was holding two potatoes, and I said, oh, boy, what did I say?
You said your testicles look a lot.
Well, no, I didn't just jump right to it.
No, that sounds like me telling this joke.
I said, these potatoes remind me of my testicles. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I said, oh, my gosh, they're that large? I said, no, this dirty.
See what he did there.
Sorry for the stumble.
Well, you could do that joke either way.
Yeah.
You could say, they're that dirty? No, they're this big. Terrifying. Then you'd have to establish in the beginning of the joke that they were huge baking potatoes.
And then when she's insulted, you have to run to Steven Singer and buy her a gift as a form of apology.
Coming up real quick, I want to go plug this. This is pretty interesting. It's stats about, among other things, hand washing in public restrooms.
Yeah.
For example, 31% of Americans hover over the toilet seat in a public restroom.
Oh, man, that seems high.
Yeah.
Do guys hover?
Apparently.
No. Why would a guy hover?
Yeah.
3% say they never wash their hands.
That's. I think that's low.
Yeah.
Never?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's disgusting.
I know, but I see it all the
People
time.
are gross.
Oh, okay. I've got to get back to cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing surgery.
You know what's great about our show? We can take a commercial break and come back and start completely over.
That's right.
Isn't that nice?
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch.
That's exactly right. Turn us upside down and shake the hell out of us, and we'll come back.
Okay, right now, this is kind of serious. I think that we have to make, I'm going to tell you this for the last time. There we go.
It was Friday, October 6th. It was cool in Los Angeles.
Jack Webb told me to tell you this. That if you don't get your order into Steven Singer today,
here's what's going to happen.
You're SOL. Valentine's Day is, what is it, Tuesday?
Yes.
Oh, so you got to get it done today. Steven Singer can get it done for you if you get your order in before 2 o'clock Eastern time. You got it? It's your last chance. Valentine's Day is Tuesday. I don't want to.
Don't make
Josh.
him come out there, people.
We're gonna get the email on Wednesday. I forgot to do it, and I'm living in the doghouse, and my girlfriend is here. We told you we can make this happen for you. How about this from Steven Singer Jewelers? They've got earrings, they've got bracelets, they've got necklaces. They've also got real long stem.
Jangle, jingle.
They've got long stem American Beauty roses dipped in actual real pure 24 karat gold. This year the color, by the way, is called Periwinkle. There's one right there in our studio. It's kind of a bluish, purpley, violetish. Let's just go with Periwinkle. You can get one of these. Prices start at $59 for these gold dipped roses. You can get one in a beautiful box, and let's see, free shipping and the guarantee, of course, from Steven Singer Jewelers. Once again, today, this is your last day to get this done. You can do it right now. Get the order in before 2 o'clock Eastern time this afternoon. Once again, exclusively only available at Steven Singer Jewelers. You find them, of course, at IHateStevenSinger.com. Real jewelers, real roses. You're going to be in real trouble if you don't listen to me right now. 24 karat real gold dipped roses for your real love. Got it? IHateStevenSinger.com. Don't come whining to me next Wednesday. I'm cut off and me and my Vaseline. And okay, you were warned. IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming up, Andy Reid's mac and cheese. We also have the Frito-Lay snack index coming up for the Super Bowl. Ooh. Yeah, that's very, very, very serious. And other delights, including worst places for a first date. Be thinking about that. And, and Cheese Whiz Lube in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This NFL season, every Westwood One NFL broadcast streams live for free. Listen in the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Last time you were here,
Yes.
You got talking about catchphrases.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even sure you remember this.
In fact,
I remember it.
we actually use it.
We use it a lot.
Right now.
And
How's that working for you?
You know, I got to say that, I'm a comic, so everything, and when I improvise something, it's a throwaway. And I'm certain that I've thrown away my career and the potential for a decent career 100 times. I've had people say to me, that big bean bit, the funniest thing I have, and I don't know what
they're talking about.
Because it's like, I got my stuff, and then I got because you had that guy on from Bruce Springsteen earlier.
Sure,
and he was talking about working with the boss and the boss way he works a set list. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say I'm like Bruce Springsteen, but I'm like Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
You
change it up every
I
night.
have a set list, and then I'm willing to.
And you never follow it. Yeah.
I'll do what I need to do. I'll do whatever I got. It's like making love.
But you do it
right now.
Oh, that's right.
See, we love that phrase, and you've given it up. Then we were hoping.
I did it. And when I did,
there's no right now T-shirts.
When I did the Bob and Tom Show tour, I don't know if I told you I did it.
Sure.
And Chick introduced me, he introduced me with that catchphrase.
Oh, yeah. It's starting. It's starting.
Is it sweeping America? We want to. We'll bring you back on the tour, but only if we can do the right now thing.
Oh, look! Could I hear the? Gotta do?
Could I hear the baked bean bit right now?
Because sometimes my mom used to make baked beans with her special sauce.
Yeah,
which was mustard, ketchup, and sugar. And she would, she go on to the dinner, come here right now, right now. And she had this really deep voice. That's before she stopped smoking.
Yeah.
She was a Pall Mall babe.
Wow. Did the sugar make the beans
brown sugar.
Sweet?
It was a brown sugar. It was like the best thing in the world. And my father was overweight, and so my father, and no matter what, she couldn't do any wrong. This is the greatest thing I ever. It's mustard and ketchup and
brown sugar. A lot of sugar in there,
and some Campbell's baked beans. And he we could have. If God bless my father. May he rest in peace. He would have been happy with a trough.
Fill it with oats.
And I'll tell you something. My father lived for dinner.
Did he?
Mustard?
Yeah.
Because my father, my father was. He was a real man. He was a Marine Corps lieutenant colonel. We've talked about this before.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My father was in World War II. My grandfather World War I. I enlisted in the Army out of high school. Just missed Vietnam. But I was in time for our country's war on drugs.
How'd you do?
Technically, I fought for the other side.
We have to take a break right now.
Right now.
However, often as happened with Austin last week, top Chinese military officials refuse to get on the line. Sometimes Chinese officials don't even pick up. Former U.S. defense officials and other China experts cite fundamental differences in the way U.S. and Chinese leaders view the value of the crisis hotlines. Again, China not picking up the phone. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rob Haney is our guest. Now, Rob, are you...
Well, I was, as you might know, I try to be clean, and this is, I feel I might be going over the border with this, but what's the show that's always about sex? It's only
Real Personal?
Well, then back me up if you saw this. The night they had Dr. Ruth Westheimer on as a guest, and this is all true. I don't know how I'm going to clean this up. This guy calls in to ask Dr. Ruth for advice. And he said that he had been dating this girl, but he broke up with her because she had, and this is the hard part, she had extreme odor.
All right.
That's what the man said. I'm sorry, but that's what. And anyways, he said that since they had broken up, they had remained close friends, and she had dated 2 other guys, and those relationships broke off kind of suddenly. He thought maybe it was the same reason. Should I tell her? And as God is my witness, this was Dr. Ruth's advice. She said, send the girl some flowers. And on one side of the card, write a little poem, something positive, something upbeat. Which, to me, that's terrible advice. I mean, I can't imagine, can you imagine that poor guy trying to write that poem?
No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're real sweet, but you're I've went over the line, haven't I? So that's not me. That's offensive, isn't it, Paul? You're a classy guy, and that is offensive stuff.
Are we back on the air?
We are now.
I apologize.
Did that have to be clipped?
I apologize.
Yes.
I apologize to you ladies up there.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
You might not have heard about yet. All right.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
He's not in there.
Nope, not in the...
Pat's on his way to Evansville, Indiana
That's
for a special
right.
show tomorrow night with Mr. Jeff Oskey.
Getting a jump on it.
The newly handsome Jeff Oskey. Got that haircut.
Newly handsome?
That's right. He had long hair.
He's finally handsome.
Hippie, was he? A dirty hippie.
Did you see it? He looked like Ted Kaczynski after a night out in the town.
Josh Arnold is at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hi, Chick.
Hi, there's Ace Cosby,
Hey.
Willie Griswold, and Kostaki, whatever, and Frank Caliendo, all in Arizona. We're going to hear from them later this morning.
They're getting ready for the Super Bowl. We'll see what who knows what they've been doing. I haven't talked to them. We'll find out coming up. Willie's going to call us in about half an hour. So look forward to that. Chick McGee's at the sports desk. What have you got?
The NFL honors last night. Here's the complete list. The MVP of the year was Patrick Mahomes. The offensive player of the year, that's different, was Justin Jefferson, wide receiver for the Vikings. Defensive player.
He's moving on up, huh?
The Jefferson.
Jefferson.
AP defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I get it.
I got to ask, she's young.
You know, if you keep asking.
I watched it on Nick at Night.
AP defensive player of the year, Nick Bosa from the 49ers.
Bosa.
These nuts. AP coach of the year, yes, that's right. New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll. What, Brian? Yes, that's exactly right.
Oh, congratulations, Brian.
AP comeback player of the year, Seahawks Geno Smith. Offensive rookie of the year, Tom, any thoughts? I didn't think so. The Jets wide receiver, Garrett Wilson from The Ohio State University. AP defensive rookie of the year, Sauce Gardner. He's from Cincinnati. He's a Bearcat.
Sauce?
His first name's Sauce?
His name, what is Sauce's real first name? Is it like Jerome or?
I do not know.
Oh, it's a nickname.
Yeah,
it's a cool nickname.
That is cool.
Sauce
they call him A1.
And finally,
here comes Worcestershire.
They're calling Sauce. Sweet, tangy barbecue. Is that what you... Anyway, he does have a sauce out there, a barbecue sauce.
Well, yeah, naturally.
He got that. He got that organized. AP assistant coach of the year. I didn't even think this was a thing. 40. We're doing them all so you can shut your face.
Why? How
49ers.
He's on the internet?
No kidding. How
I
many
don't want to have to look him up. I want to hear him from Chick.
Thank you, Josh.
They have Water
more?
Boy of the Year.
No, Walter Payton Man of the Year was somehow Cowboys' Dak Prescott, because I think a little-known codicil of the NFL bylaws, the Cowboy has to win a major award every single year, or people cry from coast to coast.
Some very nice
and the inductees for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Can I talk about those? Is that okay?
Only if Pete Rose is in it. Wouldn't that be a slap in the face if they made him an honorary NFL?
Dolly Parton was nominated, but she said, please, fellas, this is getting out of control.
Although I am going to. Six-time All-Pro offensive lineman Joe Thomas has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Also, former Jets cornerback Darrelle Revis will be going into the Hall in August.
He's going to be going in with his buddy.
Who's that again?
I'll give you a chance to look it up. How about Mike?
It's Mike Rucker.
From
Mike Rucker was a Carolina Panther, so it'll be Rucker and Revis.
This is a tweet from Brandon. Dear Chick, tell Tom, as a lifetime Panthers fan, I'm astounded, surprised, and agog that Tom knew who Mike Rucker was.
Just the old Rucker and Revis.
Brandon, I have to break it to you. It's purely for comedy. He has no idea who Mike Rucker is. Though I think Mike Rucker was a big smoker in the locker room at halftime of the game.
I love that. That always.
I think that's a legendary story. Who else? DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Rondé Barber, Joe Klecko, of course, mostly not really his accomplishments on the field, but when he was in Smokey and the Bandit 2, I think is why
Nice.
Joe Klecko is in the Hall of Fame.
Who was the one before Joe Klecko?
Rondé Barber?
Rondé. Oh.
And Tiki, is that his brother?
Tiki's, they're twins.
No, really?
Yeah.
I was hoping it was Rondo.
Oh, yeah.
Did you buy Rondo? He moved.
Hey, where'd he move to?
A condo.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, we're going to do this.
You know what kind of car he drives?
Hondo. No, a Lando. What is it? A Lambo.
Lambo. Yeah. He used to have a Honda.
A Hondo? No,
That was his favorite movie.
That was Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Was Hondo a Paul Newman movie?
Was it? Hondo? HUD? What am I
HUD
Hondo.
was definitely a Paul Newman movie because he played HUD.
What is Hondo?
Hondo's a
that
Western.
John Wayne?
Yeah, it's a Western, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
All right, it's with John Wayne. Hey there, fancy vest. Chuck Howley, a former Cowboy. Refer to the previous comment about Cowboy.
Right.
Ken Riley, a badass from the Bengals, and coaching legend Don Coryell also into the Hall of Fame.
What about Hernando?
Did Hernando make it?
Hernando?
He didn't make it?
Hernando's hideaway?
I wonder where he is then.
What are you doing then? What are you doing now?
He's back at the condo. Actually, he moved to the Belgian Congo.
You mean Hondo?
Very silly.
with his Horace Mongo.
1953 movie, Hondo. John Wayne.
Musician plays the bongos.
Okay, good.
Okay, got to move along pronto.
John Wayne, Geraldine Page, and Ward Bond. Ooh, that sounds like a good one.
Oh, by the way, yesterday we mentioned Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yes.
Are you familiar with who that is, Jess? She's
I'm not.
Probably most famous for what, the Munsters?
Yes, yeah.
She was on the original TV from the 60s. She was
she was Lily for a while.
Mrs. Munster, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But boy, I saw a picture of her this morning. It just appeared on my feed, maybe because we were talking about her yesterday.
Is she alive?
No. This was an old picture of her and Sophia Loren.
Yeah.
And maybe Geraldine Payne. I forget exactly who the third one was, but you're lucky I came in.
Oh, she's hot.
Yes. And apparently she was quite the giver back in the day.
Oh, the one that was just handing them out.
It's the old phrase, if dicks were dollars, she'd be a millionaire.
I've never heard that, but okay.
You've never heard
You
that?
know what?
No.
I'm going to get that stitched on a pillow. I think that would look nice. There on the sofa. Well, according to the Frank Langella book that I can't thank Tom enough for turning me on to, Yvonne DiCarlo would talk you into it, and she would say, think about somebody else. I don't care. Yeah.
She
just loved
Now, did Frank partake?
I believe so.
Okay.
In the book. You'd make your own judgment about that. But
very fine book. What's it called? Dropping Names or Names Dropped?
Dropped names, I believe. Yes.
Coming up, we have a lot
Roddy
of
McDowell, incredibly hung, I guess.
Do we have?
All right.
Yeah, Roddy McDowell, apparently. Donkey-esque. But preferred the... fellas.
Roddy McDowell's come online. He would walk up to somebody, male or female, and go, "Oh, that face! I simply must photograph it."
Oh, well.
He was an amateur photographer as well.
And apparently
not very good.
Not a very good one, according to Frank.
Yeah, according to
coming up, we have, once again, radishes in the news. Interesting, believe it or not, an interesting story about hand washing or the lack of.
Speaking of Yvonne DiCarlo, we'll talk about hands.
And we also have a Dennis the Menace news. Lenin's tomb in the news. Believe it or not.
Okay.
And a bizarre world record.
Why do I remember the Dennis the Menace TV theme? That's
it.
Yeah, that's it.
What the
hell? I used to watch that on Nick at Night.
Yeah,
starring Jay North.
Was Jay North?
That's right.
He's the only child actor who, when he went into porno, did not have to change his name.
He sure didn't.
Jay North.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
All that's coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
So we have the cabinets returning.
Cabinets are here. Now, Tim, we need to get to this because we have a time deadline here. We're hoping to hook up with Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Beautiful.
So
all right.
move it forward.
You know, they seem to have all the time in the world until you guys got in here.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
What do you got?
Let's go.
We love these guys. Here we go. Ready to go? Let's go. Writer's block, writer's block, writer's block, that's what I've got. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. I've got writer's block.
Yes, he's got writer's block.
Writer's block, yes I know. This is where the joke should go. Is there a joke there?
No.
I got writer's block.
Yes, he's got writer's block.
This is good. This is better than rehearsal.
Really? You guys rehearsed a couple years ago, right?
I started out, my mind was blank. I sat and thought an hour. By then my mind was even blanker. La 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 la. La 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 la. Writer's block, it's not fair. I'm sitting in my lucky chair and I can't find funny anywhere. I've got writer's block. I've got writer's block. Blow a whistle. Ring a bell. Blow a whistle again. 'Cause I can't write a joke. No, writer's block, writer's block. That's a song, that's all I've got. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. I stole that line, yeah, it's not mine, 'cause I have writer's block.
Yes, he has writer's block. He claims it's writer's block. It's always writer's block. He's never not had writer's block.
Hey, you guys, I think it's time we get some new singers. I'm getting tired of you guys.
Yeah.
Nice ringing the bell.
Bravo. Thanks very much. Tim Cavanaugh and the
That was the
Cavanets.
best we ever did.
And the Writer's Block song.
And 490 points to 193 for Hurts, who got one first-place vote, 26 seconds, 11 thirds, and 10 fourths. Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs face Hurts, of course, and the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl on Sunday in Arizona. The entire list of the new class of the Hall of Fame includes DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Rondé Barber, Joe Klecko, Chuck Howley, and Ken Riley. Also, coaching candidate Don Coryell got voted into the Hall and will be inducted in Canton this summer. And Damar Hamlin made his second appearance in Phoenix during Super Bowl week, joining first responders on stage at the NFL Honors. He received the NFLPA's Alan Page Community Award last night, a little more than a month after he went into cardiac arrest and needed to be resuscitated on the field in Cincinnati. Winners in the NBA last night: Orlando, Atlanta, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee. Top 25 college basketball: number 1 Purdue beats Iowa. Number 4 Arizona over Cal. Number 7 UCLA beat Oregon State. Loyola Marymount beat number 15 St. Mary's 78-74. And Gonzaga beat San Francisco. NHL last night: Detroit, New Jersey, Florida, Tampa Bay, Vancouver, and Vegas all win in regulation. And the Flyers win in a shootout, beating Edmonton 2-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Wow. What am I going to do? I've got to get this box to Los Angeles by tomorrow.
So just FedEx it.
Are you kidding? It's too big.
Well, then overnight it by train.
By train. All the way across the country overnight. Are you crazy?
No, pal, he's not crazy. The famous Norfolk and Winston Railroad has just merged with WayPal Delivery Services. Together, our new company will revolutionize the overnight delivery business. Ask for us by name. We're...
Hold it. You're telling me you can get this 2,000-pound package from New York to L.A. overnight by train?
Norfolk and WayPal, overnight. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and WayPal, we are gonna do it.
When you go by rail, no package is too large, and we'll get it there overnight.
Norfolk and Way, pal.
That's the name. We do it by train, cross country, by rail, overnight. There's Norfolk and Way, pal.
Here at the Bronx Zoo, we actually shipped Washoe the gorilla to the San Diego Zoo overnight. We had to pry his eyes open on the West Coast, but he's fine now. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get through it. There's Norfolk and Way, pal. We are gonna do it.
Ask for us by name, overnight by train. Norfolk and Way, pal. Norfolk, Virginia.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
That's sweet.
Hey, guys, it's Eli.
Hey, Eli.
Oh, hi, Eli.
Hey, Eli. You nailed it, Patty. It's about as low as it gets. You know what, Eli? You're just feeling sorry for yourself. Look, I was thinking, there's no need to get down. I mean, just because you're grounded at work don't mean you can't gain yards. I've got a fresh, hot Papa John's pizza you could run by the house. God knows you wouldn't want to try to pass it. You'd probably get picked off by the mailman. Oh, yeah.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That is Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin taking a personal day. There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Check.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold, Kostaki, and Frank Caliendo in Arizona for us, reporting from the Super Bowl sometime this morning. That will happen, as will the Super Bowl shoe-in of the week. And, I can't believe the season's over already.
And I think we're going to hear from Willie in about 10 minutes and see what he's doing in Phoenix. We have an obituary we have to get to.
We do.
Oh, no, we can't get to it.
We're going to put that on hold. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, fellas.
Floyd.
I've enjoyed your obituary program.
We haven't really gotten it out yet. But
We try to read them regularly.
Oh.
Y'all excited about the Super Bowl?
of course.
We lit a candle and popped some kettle corn, so we're doing all we can do on this end, of course. Big D even bet $10 on it.
Oh, wow. Did she bet on the Eagles or the Chiefs?
No, she bet 10 with our son Travis, goes by Benny. She bet him that I'd fall asleep before halftime again.
Okay, all right. That'll happen.
I told Benny I could kindly fake it. We just split the winnings, course.
Yeah.
Speaking of being sleepy, here's one that'll wake you up, I reckon.
All right.
If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
I give up.
Pilgrims.
Mayflower.
Oh, Ace, your
Pilgrims,
thoughts?
get it? Kind of takes a minute if you're not up on your history. Well, I don't know about y'all, but have you noticed the days are starting to get a little longer again?
They seem to be, yeah.
Last night I almost got home early enough to grill out, but the price of meat's higher than a Chinese spy balloon.
You got that right.
We bought a package of chicken breast last week, cost almost $15. I told the cashier checking out, I said, for that price of $15, they ought to jump out the package and grill themselves.
I bet you got a kick out of that.
Well, the price of eggs has gotten so high, they're going to have to rewrite that joke. Here's how I tell it. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I say neither, the cosigner.
They're expensive, you see. The chicken and the eggs are both expensive. I got it.
You know, I'm not even sure who's doing the halftime show this year, but if I get my way, I think I'll speak for us all when I say Vicki Lawrence dog fashion.
Yeah, he's always been partial to that.
There's a call online for a reboot of Mama's Family. So
is that
maybe,
right?
Yeah, Floyd would be sure happy about that.
Wow.
With Vicki Lawrence?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh,
really?
Now, we do have an obituary in the news, not Ms. Lawrence.
Ken Berry died, but that was a while ago.
That was a.
He was on Mama's Family.
Oh, okay.
That was a disagreement at a service station, right? Ken Berry died, right? Because when it goes down on the street, Ken Berry doesn't stop. Isn't that how he got?
Yeah. Burt Bacharach, the composer who died the other day. He.
I saw this and I mumbled to myself, "Oh, this hits Tom right where he lives."
Oh, well, especially those tunes he wrote with Hal David, just classic stuff. Look of Love, Walk On By, Alfie. Just so
What's
many.
that all about?
Raindrops. What?
What's that all about?
Oh, what's that, Alfie? Thank you very much, Ace. I'm sorry.
Jokes, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I was. It's kind of a
Ace,
curve.
you're too fast for him.
Curveball. No, I was talking and I didn't hear him. But
I can say that.
He also wrote, among other things, kind of the novelty song, What's New Pussycat?
He did?
Yeah.
He's the responsible for that,
Well,
huh?
yeah, a very unusual song. It's part of a movie. Have you ever watched that movie, Jess?
No.
It's terrible, but the song, huge hit, and it's so weird.
Peter Sellers made an odd choice with the wig and everything. It was
very odd.
Very odd.
But interestingly enough, that song is not available as a digital tune,
right?
For very complicated reasons involving sonic architecture. And we have Eddie took the time and trouble to set up this turntable, as you can see. So I'm going to play a little vinyl here for you. This is What's New Pussycat, written by Burt Bacharach.
What's new, pussy, 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 pussy?
All right.
Go and powder your cute little pussy.
It seems to be skipping.
That is skipping bad.
Let me try. Hang on a second. You can hear
Play
that.
my favorite one.
What's new, pussy, pussy, pussy?
That's the
pussy, pussy. Go and powder your cute little pussy.
They are all. Let me try.
Try it again. Try it again.
I'm going to put a quarter on the what's that called? The
turntable.
The tone arm.
Oh, okay.
The needle's on the turn. Never mind.
I
Here
have
we
no
go.
idea.
What's new, pussy, 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 pussy?
I'm sorry. It just keeps skipping.
Bad.
Yeah.
Believe me, we're very sorry.
we couldn't be sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a request, by the way. Thank you, Dave in Dayton.
Dear asshats and Jess, I'm messing on my phone and my wife pulls into a gas station. I look up, and by God, there's a Brinks truck and a fuel truck parked next to each other.
Oh, my God.
I seriously told my wife, good God, are you trying to get us killed? Get out of here. Tell Tom, I guess I broke all the rules. I'm sorry, but I live to tell the tale. This is from a gentleman. His name's Charles, but they call him Buzz Chuck.
My name is Buzz Chuck.
I like
My
that
name
very
is
much.
Buzz
I
Chuck.
like that.
Here's an email just outside of Mackinac Island, Dallas, Texas.
All right.
Good morning, Radio Jagaloons. Boy, we are Jagaloons,
I like that.
aren't we?
That's odd.
You guys have failed to mention the fact that since Christy left for vacation, Godwin has missed not one, but 2 days this week.
Oh, la, la.
Coincidence? I think not. What's the over-under on whether or not they're hooking up as we speak?
First of all, the over is going to be Christy.
She said she's out of town, but how do we know she's not at his place?
Yeah, she could be at Pound Town with Godwin.
That's right. Pulling into Pound Town.
If I were a betting man, I would take every dime I have on this is not happening.
This is
You know, Pat contends they made out at one time.
I have no reason to doubt Pat.
A long time ago.
Yeah, Pat never lies.
Wait a minute, you have no reason to doubt Pat?
That's right.
You've never checked him into rehab.
No, I haven't.
Well, that took an odd and
But
truthful
I
turn.
look forward to it.
Pat's going to be doing a great show. He is a terrific stand-up. He's going to have his guitar. He'll be on stage with Jeff Oskey coming up tomorrow night in Evansville, Indiana, at the Simplicity Furniture Shop. They've got a special stage they set up. It's apparently a great gig. I've heard from all the comedians, so that'll be fun. Go check out Mr. Godwin and Mr. Oskey. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to talk with Willie in Phoenix. He's been to some of the pre-Super Bowl activities.
Another email, Tom. Hello, you weirdos.
Hi.
Paren, this does include Jess.
Oh,
I'll take it.
You guys were talking about fishing shows on Wednesday's show. I believe Tom was talking about Gadabout Gaddis.
Mentioned Gadabout. I was just
A
making
TV
the
show in
point
the
that,
60s, yes.
Well, no, but the old fishing shows, they were actually filming with real film, and they'd have to have it running the whole time. It was a financial disaster.
Yes.
Today's world, they could just let it digitally run, and it's not costing them anything.
This is from Paul. I grew up in northern Wisconsin in the 70s and used to watch a Sunday night late outdoor show on a Duluth, Minnesota TV station. It was very local. It was a fishing show, and it was called Wally Peas in the Woods. Hosted by Wally Peas.
That's great.
Pease.
Oh, that's funny.
Does a Wally pee in the woods?
Wally Peas in the Woods.
Oh, great.
That's great.
Sounds like fun.
Did you guys watch Bill Dance?
I'm aware of him, but I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, but I've.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Where are you going? We're coming back from with more from screen legend.
Hey, fancy vest.
John Wayne and world records.
All right.
What do you think he was trying to say when he said fancy vest?
Hey,
what do you think he wanted to say?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, the Old West.
Yeah.
This was pre-Brokeback Mountain.
Hey, fancy vest. Go ahead and pull that rifle if you want.
Hey, fancy vest.
Hey, you big fancy vest.
Sure is quiet. Okay.
American hero.
Okay, right now.
Never fought a minute of war.
Want to tell when we come back, it's going to be, I think, Willie G on the phone from Phoenix, and we'll find out about his pre-Super Bowl activities. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, of course, but sometimes life can get you bogged down. It can be a little overwhelming, and sometimes it's hard to even show up. You want to show up the way you want to. You want to be at your best. Working with a therapist may be the answer to that. You can get closer to the best version of yourself, perhaps, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything that life throws at you. That's where BetterHelp may work for you. They've connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. BetterHelp is convenient and accessible anywhere because it's 100% online. But it has many of the benefits, of course, of in-person therapy. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. And again, convenient, flexible, affordable, because it's entirely online. You can do it chat style at your keyboard, or you can do it as if you were on the phone, or with the video on, whatever works best for you. And you will get matched with a licensed therapist after you fill out a short questionnaire. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy through BetterHelp may help you get there. Well, here's what you do. You go to BetterHelp.com/BT show. And once again, the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/BT show. That'll knock 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. BetterHelp.com/BT show. Coming up, another zoo in America with a loose animal. This time, don't worry, it's a bear. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on a Friday morning. We couldn't do it without you, our Bob and Tom Show listeners, so thank you so much for joining us. Coming up, we've got to check in with the boys of summer. Well, actually, the boys of winter. They're out in the desert, which is summer-like, if you will. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, and we are all over at Kostaki Economopolis. Willie Griswold and special guest Frank Caliendo going to be joining us, giving us the lowdown on Super Bowl 57, who they've talked to, what they've come across, the special food. Guy Fieri's going to be having a big, huge 10,000-person tailgate party across the street from the stadium, so we'll find out if they've hooked up with Guy Fieri. And again, Christy's daughter, Sophie, going to be stopping by as well on a Friday. Christy on assignment, but her daughter stopping by. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news. Dionne Warwick says she feels like she lost a family member with the death of songwriter Burt Bacharach. Warwick says they had their run-ins, but always found a way to let each other know that their roots were the most important part of their relationship. Bacharach wrote or co-wrote such Warwick hits as Do You Know the Way to San Jose, Walk On By, Alfie, Don't Make Me Over, and That's What Friends Are For. Bacharach died of natural causes Wednesday at the age of 94. He was not just a successful songwriter, he also was a successful horse breeder. Bacharach got into horse racing in 1968 when he asked trainer Charlie Whittingham to pick out a horse for him. Whittingham picked a horse named Battle Royale, which won first place, and Bacharach was hooked. One of Bacharach's horses, Soul of the Matter, had career earnings of $2.3 million. Two of his horses ran in the Kentucky Derby. Hall of Fame jockey Ken DeSorma, who rode Bacharach's horse Afternoon Delights, says Bacharach could talk the talk if he was involved with a bunch of horsemen. Bacharach was 100% entertained by us instead of the other way around. Rihanna says the hardest part of preparing for a Super Bowl halftime show is trying to boil down her 17-year career into just 13 minutes. She acknowledges that she had to cut some of her songs, but she came up with a show she calls jam-packed until the very last second. Rihanna does admit she's a bit nervous because she's not been on stage in 7 years. However, she says when she became a mother, she feels like she can take on the world. Again, the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Rihanna, the Super Bowl halftime performer. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Dear Bob and Tom.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about toenails last week.
No.
A friend of mine is a dental hygienist.
She cleans teeth for a living.
She had a patient who came in the office in great pain. After examination, the dentist found the sore tooth swollen and infected. The procedure required a small incision to relieve the pressure.
There was a toenail in there.
The dentist immediately requested a pair of surgical tweezers and removed a large piece of toenail.
How do they know it wasn't a fingernail?
Because it says this patient said he often chewed his toenail.
Oh,
Can I tell you something? My mother used to chew her toenails
no way.
in front of me.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Clothed or not?
Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
A little best of right here. Right here.
This is a sick thing.
Wow.
That would be,
Totally naked.
I think
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you'd
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life. I think you would. I think you'd get a psychiatrist. I'm sorry. Your mother bit her toenails naked in front of you as a child. Here. You have free psychiatry for life, free Prozac, whatever you
government
want.
program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
I mean,
Lord, help us, Lord.
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay.
She was very limber. Show's over. Everybody
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hi.
Christy Lee continues on vacation. Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold, and it's what some would call it the saddest weekend of the year.
Why?
The last NFL game of the season until next season. It's always a long off season,
Well,
my
we got
friends.
the XFL starting next week.
It's a long off season, my friends. That's right. There's nothing worth watching.
Is that why you're in such a bad mood?
I think it might be. And here's
Well,
Tom.
the Super Bowl is this weekend. That'll cheer you up. Now, we do have our correspondents in Phoenix, Arizona, getting ready for the Super Bowl. There's Willie G. Looking good, Willie. Are you in the hotel room?
Yes, sir, gang. Can you see the bags under my eyes? My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, you look great.
Yeah.
You know what? You look like fun. Is what you look like right now. I see you and I think he's having fun. There you go.
Yeah, having a good time.
Yeah.
It's 5:20 a.m. You know, check local listings. But we are having a blast. Kostaki says it best. It's just football nerd heaven. We just casually took a picture yesterday while we were at the convention center, and then prime time. CU Buffs coach Deion Sanders is just standing right in the back, photobombing our little picture. So it's the best thing you could ask for.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
So the convention center is the home of the NFL right now.
Yeah, and all the NFL characters are there. Matthew Berry, Pat McAfee, Deion Sanders, Troy Aikman. These are all guys that we saw just kind of casually walking around. It's incredible.
All right. Now, what happens today? Anything interesting?
Yeah, today we have another series of interviews, and then we're actually going out to a neighborhood called Old Town.
Oh.
We had a very hip, cool Uber driver yesterday. He told us that was kind of the cool neighborhood up in Scottsdale, and they have a big ESPN broadcast out there. So we're going to go shoot some man-on-the-street stuff, hang out. It'll be fun. It's a really good excuse to get some content, and I'm going to have like 1.5 beers beforehand, so it should be a good time.
Okay, and we'll be posting it on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms. Have you run into Frank Caliendo yet?
We have. We had a lot of fun with Frank yesterday. He came to Radio Row. He brought his son, Joey, which bringing your kid to work, completely inappropriate.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I couldn't believe that. Just gross display of nepotism. But yeah, no, his kid Joey is actually super funny. He's a freshman at ASU. And then we got to interview Frank. We got to talk to him, and he just did his thing, man. Frank is Frank. He is the funniest. He turns it on, and the guy just bleeds funny. It's incredible.
Yeah, we're going to talk with Frank in a couple hours. We'll certainly look forward to that. Is Frank going to be part of the broadcast of the Super Bowl? Do we know this?
I do not know. I truly do not know. We were really busy. We didn't get to talk much yesterday, except for when the mics were on. But yeah, that would be cool if he is. Maybe ask him that later today. I wish I could tell you.
Because he's for years been part of various network broadcasts.
I don't think he's doing anything for Fox anymore.
Oh, okay. We'll find out when we talk to him. You know, we apparently have a clip of Brandon Long. Let me play this. We've got the audio clip of this. You guys recorded this yesterday.
If the Chiefs win this weekend, over under how many patties on Andy Reid's cheeseburger?
4. Cheese, double, onions, tomato. And when he polishes that off, the over-under of Dunkin' Donuts in the office is 9.5. Play the over. And Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Swiss Almond will be the go-to after it's over. Foodcoma.com/Andy Reid, as I said, has not missed a meal since Christ came back 2,000 years ago.
Well, thank you, Brandon Long.
You know, they have a picture of Andy Reid on the sidelines when he was the Eagles coach, and they had a picture of him the last time the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, him on the sidelines. And he has lost some weight. He's lost a couple pounds. He's a little thinner now.
Now, Willie, Jess Hooker is here, and she has prepared a version of the famous Andy Reid mac and cheese today. Tell Willie how much it cost.
I think we like $186 for 12 servings with 7 different cheeses.
Now, Jess, does that include lobster?
No, I did not put lobster in your mac and cheese. Say sorry.
This is just a regular mac and cheese. No, there are some restaurants that do that now. They put really fancy stuff.
They
into
do,
mac and cheese.
yeah.
But this is
a good move. But Andy Reid doesn't do it. That would explain it.
Yeah, it's fresh pasta made yesterday. Radiatore is what we're using, and so it's going to be good.
Okay, well, you
Can I
keep
just
it up.
say, it's a little bit of a letdown that when I'm in town, the only thing we eat in studio is bull testicles.
Chicken feet.
And you guys are having pizza parties.
Oh, yeah.
We had mac and cheese day.
We sure did, yeah.
This is so nice.
But, Willie, we heard that certain things are legal in Arizona. Is that correct?
Yes, marijuana is very legal, and I'm sort of holding young Noah's hand through the process. He's the video guy.
Yeah.
He had to go with me to the dispensary, and he was very terrified. He was very scared. He's just a good boy. But we're getting through it. He's going to be okay when this is all said and done.
So, well, why do I think Noah's in the next room in a coma from downing 8 gummies and not realizing?
I remember, if you don't get anything from a gummy right away, you got to eat another one right away.
Now, Willie, we were talking about the prop bets. And they're the usual silly ones that you can bet on the coin flip and what color the Gatorade is. There were a couple of cool ones Chick mentioned this morning. What is it? The odd or even on the first.
Oh, the jersey number. Whoever scores the first touchdown is an odd or even jersey. That's a classic.
Are you betting on any of the weird prop bets?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the coin toss. That's always fun. One prop bet that's not that weird that I like, and we talked to Brandon Long about it yesterday. He said he likes it. He loves the Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
But there's one service is offering if the first drive will be longer than the halftime show.
Right.
Yeah, those are the really kind of weird ones that I want to look into.
That's never going to happen.
Well, it absolutely could happen.
The first drive could be the halftime show is what, 20 minutes?
Well, and the
13.
Eagles had a very long drive just recently. I think they like a 18-minute drive against the Niners.
And isn't there also a bet that there'll be a score in the first 3 minutes or something, and then there'll be a score in the last 2 minutes?
Yes.
So there's a lot of fun stuff to make it worth watching the game, even if you're not that into it. A lot of weird prop bets. Well, Willie, we'll look forward to seeing your video, and it's going to all start getting posted this afternoon, I gather.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, we got a bunch of really fun stuff that we're going to put out there. So just, keep your eyes on my Instagram, at Willie.Griswold, and the Bob and Tom page. We're going to be collaborating on a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There are so many cool people out here. They gave this idiot ridiculous access. It is absolutely insane. Somebody, should be doing a better job upstairs to keep guys like me out of there. And it's just shocking the way that they've let me in.
No, are you staying away from Kostaki so he doesn't ask a bad question while you're in his presence?
No, Kostaki is Chick has built this narrative that Kostaki is going to be punched in the face. And we're doing everything we can.
It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen.
Yesterday, I saw Rob Gronkowski walking around in a green suit. And I go, you know what? Maybe that's the guy that Kostaki, he's just going to just take him out.
Hey, Rob, why'd you quit so early? Puss.
Boom.
Bang. I was joking. Wham.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay, Willie, get back to bed. Get some sleep. And have a great day today. That's
Bye, Wilbur.
Son number 2, Willie G, in Arizona. And we discovered that the dispensaries are open. And
yes, they are.
Now, is gambling legal in Arizona?
I don't know the answer to that.
There is a betting site at the Super Bowl.
What's the speed limit in Arizona? Do we want that?
65.
Fair question.
They flash yellow between 1 a.m. and...
something like that.
Where's the Venn diagram of where gambling is legal and pot is legal?
There we go.
That's where they're probably making the most money.
Probably.
Back to sports. A minor league hockey game forced into forfeit after the home team failed to show up.
Well, yeah, I can see why.
You mean there's a game today?
The visiting Quad City Storm and host Vermilion County Bobcats. I told you a vermilion times. The Bobcats were meant to face off during the Southern Professional Hockey League, the SPHL, in Danville, Illinois, with fans.
So Southern, it's south of
filling the
Canada.
stadium south of Chicago in anticipation of the event. After a 2-minute delay of game penalty and 5-minute waiting period, the game was declared a forfeit. The visitors tried to give fans their money's worth by inviting them onto the ice for what was supposed to be a post-game group skate before making the 3-hour drive home. So the visiting team drove 3 hours.
And didn't get to play.
Days after the incident, the Vermilion County Bobcats announced that it had ceased operations.
Oh, geez. All right, well.
Immediately. See the movie Slapshot. There are now concerns last place Vermilion County, which has lost 77 of 86 games in its 2 years of existence.
No wonder.
Will not be reformed.
I feel bad for the players.
Sure.
But you're correct. Go see the movie Slapshot. Grab it on whatever you can. It's a great movie. Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Terrific movie.
And here we go.
Stupid world record.
A Newfie Poo. I'm guessing a Newfoundland and a poodle cross.
Sure.
broke the Guinness World Record for the longest eyelashes on a dog.
That's
all right.
Coco, a 6-year-old Newfoundland poodle cross, earned the title a Newfie Poo. Eyelashes measuring 7 inches long.
Whoa!
What?
What is that like?
That's gross.
The lashes beat the previous record of 6.69 inch. Long eyelashes weird you out? Is that it?
Oh, on 6 inches. That
a puppy dog?
Yeah, that is weird.
Like the human record, the record applies to a single eyelash rather than multiple ones.
Oh, what? All right.
I don't know. To bag the title, Coco's lashes were measured by a qualified vet who's familiar with measurements, numbers.
Oh, yes.
It took 3 separate measurements of the longest eyelash that she has. Coco's lashes were also verified to have grown naturally without being modified in any way.
I would hope not.
Sweet-looking little doggy. Puppy.
I bet she is.
Are the eyelashes visible immediately? Like when you just look at the dog?
Yeah, you can't tell from. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they are. Sorry.
Is it hideous?
No, it's they extend down the snout all the way below the jawline.
It's her bottom eyelashes?
Yeah, it's. I can't tell actually, but it's. Can you see? Just it goes all the way down to practically the dog's chest.
Yeah.
But it's a sweet-looking dog.
What?
Those doodles freak me out.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me see.
Yeah, you wouldn't know they were eyelashes.
Yeah, they look like just dog.
Right.
Looks almost like a mustache.
Yeah, they just look just like regular hair.
Like a fur Manchu.
Tom,
what?
Can I tell you?
What?
That was wonderful.
Fur Manchu.
Fur Manchu.
They're sweet little doggies.
Wow.
Then you got pretty much every kind of poo now.
Yeah, you do.
It started
Goofy
with
poo, doodle poo.
Yeah, it started with I think what was the
Doodles.
first? Labradoodle.
Yeah.
Golden doodle.
Yeah.
Bernedoodle.
My dad's getting one of those. I just talked to him last night.
Which one?
The Bernedoodle. The Bernese
okay.
Mountain Dog doodle.
That's a cute dog,
yeah,
man.
they are.
Okay. All right.
I don't like any doodles, but I know they're sweet and stuff. But
Yeah,
I would never own one.
Yeah.
I had a couple of them.
They're ratty.
20 years ago.
They look like
nice little doggies.
They always look dirty.
They have human eyes. It's like there's. I feel like there's like spies in them.
Oh. The spies are the Chinese dogs. You know those ones with all the extra skin.
Pekingese?
No, he's talking. We
Oh,
had
the
one.
Shar-Peis.
Yeah, a Chinese
the
Shar-Pei. We had one.
Tell me a Pekingese isn't Chinese?
Yeah.
It's got it. Pekingese right in it.
Peking? Asianese?
Those dogs smell so bad too.
Shar-Peis smell bad?
Shar-Peis. Because of all the we had one when I was a kid. And,
Schmegma in there.
And her name was Dog. And
yeast infections.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
A lot of skin folds. And,
and she got sprayed by a skunk. It was.
Oh yeah.
Holy hell.
That was bad.
That'll smell.
Just leave the door open. She'll go away.
In any event, I'd never heard of a Newfie poo, Newfoundland and poo.
No.
I'm imagining that it probably has huge Newfie poops. It's a Newfie big dog, you see.
Yes.
Large.
Movement of a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
In your backyard. That's right. One more.
World record.
A mouse named Patrick Stewart has broken 2 Guinness World Records. At the age of 9 years, 210 days old, the Pacific pocket mouse, recently verified as the oldest living mouse in human care, as well as the oldest mouse ever.
All right.
Okay.
According to the authority, Patrick Stewart is almost 2 years older than the previous record holder of the oldest mouse title, which was held by a mouse named Fritzy, who lived to the age of 7 years. Stop laughing, Josh. This is my job.
How old? Say it again.
The oldest, 9 years, 210 days old.
That's amazing.
Patrick Stewart. The previous record, 7 years, 225 days old.
Pat the pocket mouse.
The average lifespan of a pocket mouse, of course, unless you step on it, but that goes without saying, in the wild is 1 to 2 years.
How is this happening?
In captivity, it can increase to 4 to 6 years. But
This is like the flowers for Algernon.
are 9. Is that what this is? Pocket mouse?
Remember that book?
Yeah. Cliff Robertson.
Story, yeah. Well, the
Charlie.
movie Charlie, where they remember that the mouse gets super smart, then he gets real smart, and then the mouse
doesn't last long, does it?
Dies, and then it looks like it's curtains for
Charlie.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I can remember the person I saw said, I liked it better when he was dumb.
But be honest, Tom.
Totally serious.
Be honest, Tom. Great piece of ass, though. Am I right on that?
yeah. Okay. If this mouse could talk, he'd go, look, I've had enough. I'm going to walk into an open cat's mouth. I got to get out of here.
The Pacific pocket mouse is North America's smallest mouse. So if someone that comes up to you today and asks you what's North America's smallest mouse, you can shoot back pocket.
It's cute.
It was
Very,
thought
very
to be
cute.
extinct.
Oh, no.
A small population rediscovered back in 1994.
Terrified.
Oh.
Terrified of
Of
mice. Yeah. Oh.
Look at that little mousey.
Okay, when I was a kid, my dad caught a mouse in the garage in a trap and brought it up to my room and dangled the tail over,
I can see how that would be
over my face.
traumatized.
Yeah. And I've just never recovered.
If there are any therapists listening, just feel free to call our toll-free number. And,
I got lots of stories like that. Yeah.
Now, we were talking about the great dog, the Newfoundland. Are you familiar with those? They look kind of like typically like a black Saint Bernardesque looking dog.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, a friend of mine has a 10-year-old Newfie.
Wow.
But do you know the most famous Newfoundland? Anybody? I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
No, I don't.
I bet it's in Canada.
Lewis and Clark.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Don't tell this story. It's depressing.
Is it sad?
No, they had to eat the...
Let's just say they could have named it Stew.
Yeah.
No. The dog's name, I want to say, I'd have to look. I think the dog's name was Seaman.
Here's the thing.
Seama, I think. Let me look it up.
Here's the thing. Tom
They had to eat their dog.
read Lewis and Clark. I don't know how long ago, but every morning...
Undaunted Courage, or whatever it is.
Every morning he come in with a new story about this stupid book.
Lewis and Clark, amazing.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, there was one point where they were starving. They had to eat their dogs, but they didn't eat semen.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear.
Oh,
Well, they may have during the...
Well, when they got lonely.
You know what? And just like that, you totally redeemed yourself.
No, honestly, I didn't look this up. I'm doing it from memory. I'll have to look it up and
Hang
see.
on. Here he comes.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I
Kirk
just
Cousins
wanted
needs
to
to sing
sing
again.
one quick tribute song to Tom Brady on behalf of all the
You
other
guys
quarterbacks
like this
in our
song.
league.
All right,
Love
shine
it.
like a diamond. Okay.
Tom's won 7 times, went to 10.
Yeah.
He's on some beach, so maybe Kirk could win.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah. Since he's been gone.
Oh, he hits all those notes.
First of all, you can really sing. What?
She's so nice.
She is. She's wonderful.
Okay.
Come on, Kelly. Everyone wants to hear you sing, not me.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
go.
Anybody else?
That's how it's done.
Oh, that's how you.
That's singing. Okay.
That's what you're supposed to do.
All right. Okay. I got you there.
Here we go.
No problem. My bad.
Yes.
My total mistake.
Back to the dog world. Seaman, Seaman, was a Newfoundland dog, the only member of the Lewis and Clark expedition, the only animal that completed the entire 3-year trip.
Boy, right back to it, didn't you?
And there's a statue of Seaman at Fort Mandan in North Dakota.
So which dogs did they eat? What were their names?
Load and Spunk. And Money Shot.
Spooey. Spooey was one of them.
Yeah.
Spooey.
Jezebel.
Yeah, sadly.
And Ball Snot.
Beautiful dogs.
Is Man Milk on the list?
I think so.
We were talking about nice doggies.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Guy-Goo's there.
Is that sports?
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back with some cool stuff at the news. And for some reason, another zoo, this time the St. Louis Zoo, has an animal loose.
Really?
A bear. We'll find out what's going on with that.
I'm very familiar with the St. Louis Zoo.
Well, apparently they need new fencing.
I'm from St. Louis.
Oh, I am, yeah.
And a certain country is asking people on Valentine's Day to hug a cow.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet I can guess.
Can I tell you something?
What?
More about this. We'll come back with it. But I'm scared of cows. I only realized this recently.
You should be. Remember the guy that got killed by one?
There you go. See?
They can run you over.
Oh, they look docile and what's going on?
Hands off my teats. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
watch. I'm home during the day a lot, and I have a little ritual called watching 8 hours of Law and Order in a row on cable. Because you can. Yeah. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Charmed, crap. It's over. Right. But I love Law and Order because it's ripped from today's headlines. You know? It takes some news story that's going on. Then they change the names up a little bit. Then they make that the plot for the episode. The thing about Law and Order is, though, every episode has to involve a murder. And even if there's not a murder in the news story they're talking about, they just go ahead and add a murder into what happened.
Okay.
And, which has got to piss off the people in the news story because they're watching. Fred Thompson and Sam Waterston are hashing out the case. Now, Jack, I'm afraid you're going to have a political firestorm on your hands if you insist on prosecuting this as a first-degree murder trial.
Politics is your area, not mine, Arthur. It's my job to convince a jury that the governor of New York was caught with a high-priced call girl and then murdered her.
Elliot Spitzer is sitting home saying, whoa, I didn't murder her, all right? Everyone knows you're talking about me here. You're not fooling anyone with this Elliot Bitzer character. Yeah. Right? He should sue Law and Order, which would be an episode of CSI New York. I don't know how that stick would work.
City Rockettes. The precision dance team, known for its annual Christmas spectacular, partnering with the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley, they've created the first 4-credit college dance class taught by the Rockettes. The instructor sharing the team's meticulously precise technique based on tap, ballet, and jazz, in which the dancers move and kick in perfect synchronicity. Boston Conservatory student Rhapsody Steiger says she's never before taken such a challenging class. She says no other style of dance really emphasizes the precision of every single body part. Meanwhile, New Zealand police have found more than 3 tons of cocaine floating in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean after it was dropped there by an international drug smuggling syndicate. Police said Wednesday, while they had yet to make any arrests, they had dealt a financial blow to everyone from the South American producers of those drugs through to the distributors in what was the nation's largest ever drug seizure. New Zealand Police Commissioner Andrew Coster said the cocaine had been dropped at a floating transit point in 81 bales before it was intercepted by the Navy. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
We asked Pat Godwin to do some of his original, actual straight-ahead music.
That went over well.
Tom asked him, do you need to rehearse? And Pat replied, I don't need to look nothing up.
Pat sang one line and Tom said, meaningless.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Kevin Pollak is our guest. This is something that interests me. You do, for example, you do a tremendous Johnny Carson. What are all of your guys going to die off pretty soon? I mean, you've got, is that a concern? Because one of the things about our life now, with all these TV channels out there, there's so little commonality.
Yeah,
we're the classic impressions when we were coming up. It was Edward G. Robinson when we were little kids. We're going, who the hell's that?
Yeah,
and now you've got people in their 30s going, Johnny who?
Well, that's why I had to bring along Christopher Walken.
There you go.
For the kids who love him. I'm a hoofer at heart. I don't know if you saw the Fat Boy Slim video, but I kick it old school.
That's great.
Have you interviewed Christopher Walken?
No.
Okay, well, here's your chance. And keep in mind, all of his thoughts are completely unconnected. So go ahead and ask Christopher Walken anything.
All right, what's your new project, Christopher?
Frankenstein never scared me.
So how long have you been working on the film?
Marsupials do.
And when's its release date?
Because they're fast.
They are fast. They are.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know. Things are weird. You know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well,
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening.
Is in a minute.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That is Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hello. Yep. Hello.
Testing. There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Chicky baby.
There's Ace Cosby. Willie Griswold and Kostaki and Frank Caliendo are all in Arizona with the Super Bowl. And I'm talking like this because Jess has made us Andy Reid's macaroni and cheese recipe, and we're all enjoying that now. And I think the general consensus is that we're all enjoying it very much.
It's just regular mac and cheese with mustache hair in it.
Yeah.
It's very, very cheesy.
And have you had a bite of it?
Yeah, I was the first one. It
should be called cheese and macaroni.
Yeah.
So there's 7 different cheeses in it. And
you said to serve 12, it cost you almost $200?
Well, it cost you almost $200.
Wait a minute. What told us that?
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So the thing with this is when you use real cheese, which I grew up with Velveeta macaroni and cheese, like a lot of us did,
melts
right?
so perfectly.
Or box craft.
I'm white trash. I speak Velveeta, baby.
I mean, Velveeta, when it comes to consistency, it melts down the best, and the flavor is good. And but when you use real cheeses like this, we used mild cheddar and mozzarella, and I can't even. What else? We had a sharp cheddar that we had here in the studio. We threw in there.
Oh, yeah.
Gruyere?
Gruyere. Yeah,
Okay.
Gruyere. Yeah, we
Is there
used that.
Parmesan in this?
There is actually no Parmesan. No.
I'm getting hints of Parmesan.
It called for Parmesan, and I brought some to sprinkle on top because Parmesan traditionally doesn't melt down.
Did you sprinkle it on top?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because I'm definitely getting Parmesan.
Okay. You're dreaming. The point is
Zero Parmesan.
This is Andy Reid's recipe.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even want to say macaroni and cheese. It's not
Cheese
macaroni.
pasta.
But is it? You start with a bechamel, and then you had to put
What'd
the
you call
cheese.
me?
A bechamel.
Let's call it a noodle formaggia deluxe.
Okay.
Do you like that name? Do you like that?
I like the deluxe
I
part.
don't know anything about what you're
What's
doing.
the name of the pasta in here?
Radiatore.
Radiatore?
Yeah, radiatore.
I saw that movie with the rat and it.
Yeah, he moves his hands by pulling his
Yeah.
hair. Man, is that funny?
There's a sequel where the guy becomes a porn star, and the rat has to direct his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She likes it.
Yeah, let's move forward. Thank you, Jess. It's delightful. And you can, by the way, watch what Willie and Frank Caliendo and Kostaki are doing. They're going to be posting that stuff on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms. Also, our recent interview with William Shatner has also been posted. By the way, it takes a dark turn there in the middle when he was doing that outer space thing for real.
Why don't you not tell people that and let them be surprised by it?
Okay, we talked some cool stuff about dogs and horses, and but yeah, when he was up in space, he had a quick glance into the abyss.
As one would, I would think.
Looking back, right?
Feel a little small, do you?
Looking into the depths of outer space.
Giant man like
I
him.
want to remind you of a couple quick things. First off, for the first time ever, the stream of the Super Bowl is free. Super Bowl 57 is on Westwood One coming up, of course, this Sunday. Catch the action on the Odyssey app on WestwoodOneSports.com via Westwood One station streams, or go up to your friend Miss Alexa and make the following suggestion. Open Westwood One Sports. It's the NFL Super Bowl on Westwood One. Now, we turn to the news desk. Sitting in for Christy Lee. By the way, one of her daughters will be our special guest coming up in about an hour.
Oh.
We have Jess Hooker in the studio.
One of my daughters is going to be there.
Yes, Christy. Yes.
Can you tell me which one it'll be?
It'll be Miss Sophie.
Yeah.
Not familiar with the name.
Okay.
I'm already here. Oh my gosh, she is. Hi, honey.
Sounds just like her. Could we get some news, please? What have you got over there?
U.S. Customs officers discovered $5 million worth of methamphetamine hidden in a shipment of radishes.
Radishes, a shipment, huh?
You want to hit that. You want to hit that. You want to hit that T.
Big, giant shipment, Tom.
That's a shipment. You can divide that word into two if you want.
The agency said officers at California's Calexico?
Calexico, yeah.
Calexico, there we go.
Well, doesn't that sound like a oil company?
Yeah, it does.
Well, you got your Mexicali and you got your Calexico. It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The Calexico port of entry referred a driver of a tractor trailer for further examination. The narcotics dog was brought in to screen the shipment of radishes and alerted agents to the presence of the drug.
Good boy. Good doggy. Good boy.
I've never had more fun hearing someone say shipment in my life.
Did you say you could hit the P? I
had no idea.
You gotta loosen. Here, take your lips and go like this with your tongue.
I don't ever want to do do that again.
Yeah, I don't know that. Have no part of any. Just you're doing fine.
Lord,
Okay.
don't you feel dirty after he looked at you like that? I mean,
Shipment. Okay.
So the meth is in the radishes?
They were concealed within the radishes. Officers discovered a total of 1,590 packages of methamphetamine weighing 4,560
Ironic
pounds.
that all that meth was in a food that a lot of meth heads would have real trouble eating.
Almost anybody has trouble eating radishes.
Well, you really need your teeth, don't you?
But who eats radishes?
I love them. I think they're delicious.
You're both sick and awful and wrong.
I love beets. I
do too.
I like earthy food.
Yeah, I didn't used to, but now I love them. Yeah.
You know, my grandfather ate dirt.
Oh, yeah?
He wasn't well. He had a
called
rare
pica.
Case of pica, yes. He would go down in the basement where the dirt floor was and spend the day.
That is awfully sad.
Yeah.
Get to the funny part of the story.
That's how I grew up.
His untimely death, perhaps?
No, he hung on in his 60s, I believe.
Oh, that's a lot of time to eat dirt.
Maybe this will make us feel better. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm
it's
sorry,
Kirk
Kelly.
Cousins.
I just wanted to sing one quick tribute song to Tom Brady on behalf of all the other quarterbacks in our league.
All right, shine bright like a diamond. Okay.
Tom's won 7 times, went to 10. He's on some beach, so maybe Kirk could win.
Wait, you can really sing.
Yeah. Since he's been gone.
Wait, hold on. First of all, you can really sing. What?
Nailed it.
Well, you got it? Okay.
Or,
come on,
that
Kelly.
song
Everyone
won't
wants to
sound
hear
better.
You sing, not me.
He did.
Let's
He really
go.
does a good job.
Now that he's gone.
Oh, wait a second.
Give me singing.
Nice. I was too quick to jump to conclusions there.
I just heard noise and I thought that must be singing. Okay.
So you got a truck full of radishes, full of meth.
Full of meth.
So I didn't.
Check your radishes, folks.
What do you put your radishes in?
My mouth.
They're tasteless.
No, they're not tasteless. They're kind of spicy.
You know what?
and-
I'm gonna get you fresh radishes from the farmers market tomorrow morning. I'm gonna bring them in on Monday.
Okay.
You will.
I like mine meth free, by the way.
Speak for yourself.
We don't want to give you meth.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Can
you'll
you
love 'em.
imagine him on meth?
No.
Or what am I saying? Any drug at all?
No.
Good Lord.
Just went to the dentist yesterday. I want to keep my choppers.
There you go.
Okay. What else you got over there?
What else do we have?
Well, we've got news coming up, actually.
So what's coming up? Give me the teaser.
How about we got a Florida man? We've got a Florida man.
Here we go.
The best thing is we got a Florida man in Moscow.
Really?
Did you hear about this?
No.
Do you know what's in Red Square?
No.
A bunch of commies.
Famously. The dead body of Lenin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Why, when he was shot in New York City? Why would they move him all the way to Moscow?
You know, I try.
Yeah.
I know.
Never mind.
I understand.
We have Lenin's corpse in the news.
The worst first dates.
Basically with Florida man.
Oh, okay.
There's a connection, kind of, when we come back. And worst first dates, absolutely. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, we have a request. Christy, do you feel like doing a little something over there?
Something like what?
Well, we have a request for Christy does a thing she does on occasion on stage with Henry Phillips.
Oh, I see what
They
you're
are
saying.
going to be working together.
Oh,
I don't know.
We were going to use that as the tease to get people to Wiley's on Saturday to see the big.
Well,
It'd be the big show.
The big
that'd be nice, but
duet.
there are a lot of people who can't make it to the show.
Didn't we hear a new version of the? Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Did you guys ever?
Yeah, we did get that.
Oh, cool.
We played that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we? Can you do the original? Do you know?
That's the more politically correct version.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever guys tried this on the air here?
Have we? Yeah, I think we have. I don't know. Gosh, Henry, it's been so long since I've seen you, and I just thought that would be great to kind of maybe sit here and talk about some things like the weather. Have you noticed how hot it's gotten? Oh my God, and the humidity.
She's talking again.
I have some friends that have shown
really
up
bugging
at
me.
the
She's
beach
talking
wearing the
again.
most ungodly outfits.
So embarrassing. I look at my friend.
I don't know what women are thinking.
I think
these
she's
days.
psycho because she's talking and talking and talking, talking and talking and
that's great,
talking.
but at least make sure your surgeon gets your nipples in the right place, because I hate it when they skew left. God, what is that all about? You would think.
She's talking again. I need a cigarette. She's talking
And
again.
then there's the other
I
girl
wish
who
we
wore the
never met.
horrible
She's
midget
talking
the other day. Oh my
again.
God, the scar
She's like a TV set. She's talking and talking and talking. I'm gonna go insane.
That cellulite was something everybody
I'm in
has, so
horrific
why
pain.
would you even do that to yourself? And then
I think she's on cocaine.
Scars, your stomach looks like a battleground.
Maybe I
now.
need
It's
some
not
because she's
attractive.
talking and talking
Oh my
and
God.
talking, talking and
And
talking.
I'll tell you what, if she
I
wears that
don't
bathing
care
suit
about
one
a
more
word
time, I
you
am gonna
say.
have to-
You
I don't know.
already told that stupid
Strap her to
story
her boobs
anyway.
and she's a
I'm
mirror.
gonna get a 38 and blow myself away because you're talking.
You look at yourself in the mirror and go, this is as good as I am ever going to look. Oh, my God. And to go out in public like that? What is she thinking? I was at a black tie event
She's
the other night.
talking
Henry,
again.
and the girl had
It's
on
really
this dress.
bugging me. She's talking again.
In a beautiful
It's so
tuxedo.
embarrassing.
She
I look
has
at
on
my
this
friends.
Unbelievably low
I think
cut
she's
dress.
psycho because she's talking and
Believe
talking
it.
and
Here we
talking.
are trying to raise money for a charity, and her breasts are hanging out.
She's talking again.
Oh my God, she's 55 years old. Come
She's
on,
talking
Amy.
again.
Press your age. What are you trying to prove?
She's talking
we all
again.
know that once you start drinking, you're going to hit on your husband's best friend, and that is not
She's
attractive.
talking again.
Yeah, right.
See what you miss when you're gone for just a couple of months, hon?
Wow.
Christy Lee, along with Henry Phillips. I heard something about nipples the wrong way
Have
and
you ever
breasts hanging
seen
out.
that?
Skewing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Sometimes they put them back, they're not exactly
Okay, thank you.
lined up.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Marty Feldman nipples.
Is that what they call it in the textbooks?
I
for the
think so.
plastic surgery?
Chinese balloon made an uninvited visit to the United States. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin turned to a hotline system set up with Beijing to defuse the situation. Austin ran into one problem with that U.S.-China crisis communication in his February 4th call, however. Often, as happened with Austin last week, top Chinese military officials refused to get on the line. Sometimes Chinese officials don't even pick up. Former U.S. defense officials and other China experts cite fundamental differences in the way U.S. and Chinese leaders view the value of the crisis hotlines. Again, China not picking up the phone. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Good morning, sunshine. To the max, there's baloney in our
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hi, folks. Billy Mazing here with more made-for-TV revolutionary offers exclusively for Bob and Tom Show listeners just in time for the holiday season. How many times has this happened to you? You're carving your big turkey for the holidays when, ouch, you cut your finger on another sharp knife. That's why at Mazing Industries, we're offering for the first time our patented double-handle carving knife, a must in every kitchen. It's our Surefire safety knife. On one end, you'll find an ergonomically designed, easy-to-grip handle. And on the other end, you'll find an ergonomically designed, easy-to-grip handle. That's right, folks. There's no blade at either end. Oh! Made of space-age polymers, my Surefire safety knife is guaranteed you just can't hurt yourself. Keep it anywhere, on the counter, in the kitchen drawer, in the pack and play, in the shower. This bladeless wonder gives you the same Surefire results every time. No cuts, no slices. The Surefire safety knife is an unsharp knife for people who aren't that sharp. Only cutting-edge technology can bring you a knife with no cutting edge. Only $39.95 or 3 easy payments of $18.95 each. Wow. Order in the next minute, and I'll throw in just in time for that holiday party you're giving for friends and guests who are nudists a set of our wildly popular scrotum coasters. Just drop them down, plop them down, and enjoy.
And coast.
How can I make such an amazing offer? Easy. I'm Billy Mazing. Happy holidays.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Billy.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chrissy Lee on vacation. That's Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Chick, you know what Friday sounds like?
Friday. That's right. It's Beer 30. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Willie Griswold, Kostaki, what's his name, and Frank Caliendo are all out at Arizona covering the Super Bowl 57. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
They're going to have some video posted at the various Bob and Tom social media platforms, as they say. Once again, thanks for joining us. We also have our interview with William Shatner.
Chatty Pants. Oh, wait. He doesn't like being called.
Well, that's the one guy it really doesn't work, but does it?
Have you seen Shatner shoes? Well,
that's out there somewhere in the ether. You can listen to that. It was a lot of fun talking to him. Once again, it does take a bit of a dark turn. Speaking of dark turns, heading over to the news desk, headline, drunk arrested trying to break into Lenin's tomb.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Let me find
You
that
ever seen
one.
a picture of this thing?
It's massive, right? And it's just
It's a glass, then the body's in there and you can see it.
so I'm going to get drunk
that's not what I'm thinking of at all.
and go and try to break into Lenin's tomb. That's what this guy was thinking.
Authorities in Russia arrested an intoxicated man who tried to steal Vladimir Lenin's body from his mausoleum on Red Square. Law enforcement officials told the state-run TASS News, T-A-S-S News, agency that the man was detained when he tried to break into the mausoleum and steal Lenin's body.
I want this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all say we've had too much to drink on occasion. I mean, I'll admit I've been drunk, but never. Let's go steal a body drunk.
No,
That's a new level.
That is.
It sure is.
The individual in custody was later discovered to have been intoxicated.
Red Bull and embalming fluid.
I was always the friends of the guys who would get drunk and go do stuff like that.
You were the guy egging him on?
Yeah, I'd go, oh, really? That sounds like a great idea, man. You should go do that. Yeah.
And to be considered drunk in Russia, you've really got to be drunk.
Authorities said medics who were called to the scene determined that the man had an alcohol-induced psychiatric disorder.
Ah, I see. That'll happen, huh?
That's what they call it when you're real drunk.
Yeah, but in Russia, they give you vodka to sober up. We were talking with the great astronaut, Dr. David Wolf.
Alleged astronaut.
I wish you were here to hit your head with a hatchet.
Absolutely. Hear him out.
Man's been to space 3 times.
No way to check
David
that.
was saying when he went over there to train, over to Star City, they were on their way, and I guess they stopped halfway there in the middle of nowhere, put a blanket out to have a picnic, and they just handed him a giant glass that was all vodka.
Whoa!
They all just downed it at lunchtime. If you're drunk enough to want to get into Lenin's tomb.
I told you about this. I can't believe he didn't warn me. I am convinced that I was a member of the Russian space program, and my rocket went up and blew up on the pad, and that's how I died in another life.
You were a cosmonaut in the last?
I was a cosmonaut in another life, and you keep reminding me of this. And
Yuri McGee.
All right. Whatever you'd like, yes.
Okay, sure.
Have you been to Russia, Tom?
No.
No?
I'm not going either.
You wouldn't go to Moscow and look at some of the beautiful architecture there?
No, thanks.
Huh.
Commies.
Well,
commies.
You don't have to join their political affiliation.
Invading a sovereign country.
Well, we don't talk enough about what Ukraine did to deserve that. And I think I will right now. You see? Later? Okay.
Would you rather have a country run by a former comedian or a country run by a former member of the KGB? That's sure. I want the comedian.
Yeah, give me the guy who
I'll take that one.
Makes people happy.
I like the Ukraine guy. Once again, sitting in for Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom news desk. Have you ever seen Lennon in there in the preserved?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they say his nose fell off, and they kind of had to.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Oh.
that is a bummer.
Well, I think they've made, since they've made some advances in preservation of the body in Russia, but at the time, I would imagine there were some minuses that they had to take care of, I would think.
Sure.
They've done this to a couple of corpses.
I thought Mao's
Yeah, it
body.
doesn't look
I thought
good.
Mao was the one who lost the nose. It wasn't Lenin.
No, Lennon died way before Mao.
Yeah,
and then when Lennon,
I think Mao lost a nose. I think you're wrong on this.
No, and then when they wanted to find out how they did it to Lennon, and they were saying they kind of winged it, and that I guess that secretly.
What was their first clue? The nose fell off.
Nose fell off. So.
Yeah. All right.
Just for fun, they should switch noses sometime. Would that be cool?
Got your nose.
Hey, this week Lennon has Mao's nose and Mao has Lennon's nose. Just to boost tourism a little bit.
Sure.
You know, I can't help but think someone out there is looking at the radio going, what the hell are they talking about?
Okay, what else have you got over there?
Authorities arrested a Florida man who they said broke into a convenience store, took a few items, but left his debit card behind. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Palm Coast gas station where they located a debit card with the suspect's name on it near the counter, near the register. After reviewing surveillance footage, deputies recognized the man from a vehicle fired near the gas station earlier that night.
My goodness.
Hey, that's that guy's car caught on fire. Yeah, that's it.
Sure is.
Yep,
In a video, sheriff's officials posted on Facebook, the suspect told deputies he left his card so he could come back later and pay.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
See? So that was nice. He was thinking ahead. He says in the clip, I don't want to steal anything, that's against the law.
That is against. He's right. You know what? I like this guy. He's right.
Yeah. Sheriff Staley explained in a post, leaving a debit card behind does not absolve you from theft or committing burglary.
I think it kind of does.
I've done that
They
before.
could easily run the card for what he took.
Mm-hmm. I've left my debit card in my car before, and I'll leave my ID with the cash with the girl,
right, exactly,
and be like, "Hey, look, I'm going to be right back." Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but this guy.
I believe this.
So
guy.
you think that the clerk should have taken the card and just run it all?
Yep, and I think he meant it. I don't think he meant to steal at all.
Well,
I believe
there wasn't a clerk there. He broke in.
Yes, he was. Well, and when you look, the guy's frazzled. His car burst into flames earlier.
So this is like. So here's what you're saying. You're saying like if you're in the woods and there's some weird like weather change or something, you realize you're going to be trapped.
Yeah.
You break into a cabin.
Right.
So that you don't die overnight.
Right.
And then you would leave behind like a note saying I owe you, or leave behind some cash.
Exactly.
You're saying that's the same thing, even though he broke into a retail shop?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what he needed. Something.
It's like the Goldilocks.
You don't break into a place
Yeah.
unless you really want something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they were having an unbelievable sale.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe it. He wanted to beat the crowd.
Maybe they'd left the hot dog roller on and he was doing them a favor. Shut it off.
Maybe that would have caught on fire just like the car that he happened to be near. I'm not so sure. What else you got?
A new survey finds that the majority of Americans have been ramping up their hand washing.
I hope.
75% of adults make a conscious effort to wash their hands during road trip stops.
Oh, that's it.
That means 25% don't.
And 63% are careful to scrub their hands thoroughly when a special occasion or holidays approach.
Well, kids, it's Christmas. Wash your hands this morning.
Right. 14% self-identified as rinse and run using just water, but foregoing soap or drying. 3% said they don't have time to wash their hands.
Yes, you do.
Yep. 62% use the paper towels to avoid touching toilet flushers and faucets and door handles.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, 40.
Do you ever use your foot?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, to flush? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I love the things that they have on the doors where you can use your foot to open.
Those are cool.
Love it.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the air dryers, because then you've got to go back and get toilet paper to touch the handle of the bathroom when you leave.
Many restrooms have gotten smart, and they put a paper towel dispenser right next to the door and a trash can right next to the door.
Yeah, 43% operate the flusher with their foot. 31% hover over the toilet seat.
That seems like a pretty high number.
It's got to be mostly women, right?
Do you hover?
No, I don't.
No,
I clean.
I cover.
Yeah, I cover or clean.
Yeah.
Chick, do you hover?
No, I get right down there on it.
I like to hover and hum the theme song to the movie. Theme song to the movie 30 Seconds Over Tokyo.
I begin the countdown. And
Anybody? You seen that classic?
I got you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Very brave.
Sometimes, though, there are bathrooms out there that are so gross, though, you feel like washing your hands would just make them dirtier.
Yeah.
It's like, my penis is way cleaner than any of this
Didn't
stuff.
Al Sharpton say that? That's why he didn't wash his hands?
Because I'm cleaner.
He said, my D is cleaner than anything in this bathroom.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember
said that. It was either him or Jesse Jackson. I forget which.
Mike Tyson's promoter.
Oh, Don King.
Don King?
Yeah, he said he washes his hands before
he goes to
before he touches
Honestly,
himself.
I mean,
where's that thing been?
No, he's saying that it deserves to be handled cleanly.
Yeah.
This says also 52% say messy restroom will have an effect on whether or not they will ever return to that business.
No doubt.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, do you have in your head a map where if you're on the road anywhere near here?
I do.
You know exactly where to go?
Oh, near here.
For a clean restroom?
Not so much near here, no, but on the road. Like when if I traveled from to my hometown of St. Louis, I know what stops are good and what aren't.
Have you guys ever stopped here, like in between errands or something? Because you know this
I
bathroom's
have.
clean.
Absolutely. On like a Saturday or a Sunday,
Yeah.
it's a private.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Sure have.
Yeah, the worst is when you're like at the mall.
Ugh.
And you know where they are. You know the bathroom. You get up there and that yellow cone is there, and there's someone in there with a mop. And you realize, hey, look,
staging's begun, pal.
Yeah,
the launch codes have been pumped in. This is not going to work.
I just go ahead and fill the cone.
Is that right?
I used a bathroom on the road. It was so gross. But they had the nerve to put a sign up that said, "We clean our bathrooms every day." With what? A wig dipped in gravy?
That gravy really cuts the grease.
Again, the stat that gets me, the 3% who never wash their hands.
No, they
never. Don't you feel better when you wash your hands?
I like the way my hands feel and smell.
Yes.
And yeah,
Supposed to sing happy birthday twice?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know about twice.
Yeah, you're supposed to sing happy birthday twice while washing your hands.
When you say happy birthday, do you say happy birthday to yourself when you get to the part?
Happy birthday to
do you say
me.
to Tom?
I say clean hands.
Oh.
Happy birthday to clean hands. And I sing it out loud to everybody.
Hey, the crazy happy birthday guys in them.
It really makes folks uncomfortable.
He's in the crapper again. I thought we told us to stay out.
Right now, fellas, I can save your life right now. Now, pay attention. Valentine's Day is coming up on Tuesday. This is your last chance. You can get this done right now. I'm talking about those beautiful, naturally nude pajamas from Pajamagram. And here's how this works. You do it right now. You go to pajamagram.com and order the naturally nude pajamas. By the way, there's a code word. It'll knock 25% off the price if the code word is used. The code word is nude, N-U-D-E. Naturally nude pajamas. Christy was talking about these off the air because she got a pair for the Christmas holiday season. They were very popular with both Christy and one of her friends, if you know what I mean. So, naturally nude pajamas. They look great. They come in different colors, by the way. And they feel, the texture has been said to be that of the human skin. Oh, yes. Pajamagram is the place to go. She'll love those naturally nude pajamas. You'll love them, too. No, they sold out last year before Valentine's Day. So I'm telling you, you got to do it right now. Pull over. Pajamagram.com right now. and use the code NUDE, N-U-D-E, to save 25% on those naturally nude pajamas. Lots of other cool pajamas, by the way. A lot of really fun ones. Naturally nude pajamas, just one of them. Get all the details by going to pajamagram.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Coming up, we have Dennis the Menace in the news. We have a sports-related story involving Cheese Whiz and a place called Cam Soda. Do you know what that is, Josh?
Sure. Yes, it's one of those web girl sites.
Yeah, naughty site.
It involves the Super Bowl, Cheese Whiz, and Cam Soda, and it's coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, as we go into the weekend, keep in mind we've got a couple of podcasts you can download and listen to for free over the weekend. If you're missing your Bob and Tom Show, a little extra Bob and Tom content in our podcast, again, free at bobandtom.com/podcast. The Bits and Pieces podcast, Jess Hooker, Jessica Alsman, Jason Hofsetz, and Willie Griswold. It takes 4 co-hosts as they dive into the Bob and Tom archives and discuss some of their favorite bits and pieces from the show. That Josh Arnold podcast, where you could learn a thing or two, and the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. A brand new Bob and Tom weekday podcast drops in, and you can get them all for free. Listen to them over the weekend. See what you think. bobandtom.com/podcasts to download for free.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Patrick Mahomes dominated the voting for the AP NFL Most Valuable Player Award. Now he'll try to break the MVP curse. Mahomes, who also won in 2018, easily outdistanced Jalen Hurts, receiving 48 of 50 first-place votes from a nationwide panel of media members who cover the league. He earned 490 points to 193 for Hurts, who got one first-place vote, 26 seconds, 11 thirds, and 10 fourths. Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs face Hurts, of course, and the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl on Sunday in Arizona. The entire list of the new class of the Hall of Fame includes DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Rondé Barber, Joe Klecko, Chuck Howley, and Ken Riley. Also, coaching candidate Don Coryell got voted into the Hall and will be inducted in Canton this summer. And Damar Hamlin made his second appearance in Phoenix during Super Bowl week, joining first responders on stage at the NFL Honors. He received the NFLPA's Alan Page Community Award last night, a little more than a month after he went into cardiac arrest and needed to be resuscitated on the field in Cincinnati. Winners in the NBA last night: Orlando, Atlanta, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee. Top 25 college basketball: number 1 Purdue beats Iowa. Number 4, Arizona over Cal. Number 7, UCLA beat Oregon State. Loyola Marymount beat number 15, St. Mary's, 78-74. And Gonzaga beat San Francisco. NHL last night: Detroit, New Jersey, Florida, Tampa Bay, Vancouver, and Vegas all win in regulation. And the Flyers win in a shootout, beating Edmonton 2-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
She's a former exotic dancer and adult film star with a rack as big as the Grand Tetons. Now, she's a small claims court judge, and all her decisions are final. Catch the hot new show from Bob and Tom Television. She's sexy. She's stacked. She's Jugs Judy.
This court is now in session. And before we get started, let's take a moment to let our bailiff introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Bob Gavoyan. Jugs Judy, may I say that you look absolutely stunning today. You certainly are one gorgeous lady.
Why, thank you, Bob. You keep flirting like that, and my gavel won't be the only thing getting banged today. My, it's a little warm in here. Does anyone mind if I loosen my robe?
Your Honor, that's what I called Exhibit Double D.
Bob, meet me in my chambers after court. I'd love to go through your briefs. Oh, and bring your handcuffs.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy. It's a guilty pleasure. Available only on Bob and Tom Television.
This court is adjourned. Now let's all go to my place for margaritas and skinny dipping. Bob.
Catch Judge Judy only on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hunting is huge in Michigan. I don't want to upset any hunters because generally they're very well armed. But I am not a hunter. I don't get the deer hunting thing. I don't understand it. Mainly for this reason. I think it's unfair. The deer hunting season coincides with the deer mating season. Everyone know that? The deer just trying to hook up.
Yeah.
You know, that's not fair. I mean, picture yourself. You're at a bar. It's late at night. Last call. You're sitting there. Somebody sneaks up behind you dressed as a chair.
Right.
Shoot you in the head.
That's not fair.
It's not fair at all.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. Jess Hooker at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hi there.
Christy's daughter Sophie joins us.
Hello.
Hello. There she is. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie and Kostaki and Frank Caliendo all in Arizona. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, a very special surprise guest. Other than we've already got the one surprise, we've got Sophie here. And if you want to make her feel like she's missing her mom, talk like her mom for Sophie.
So good to see you, honey.
Oh my gosh, you're great at impressions.
That's unbelievable. She's here with us.
We're going to have a great impressionist, Frank Caliendo, joining us in about an hour. Right now, I think we're ready to hook up with Kostaki Economopoulos. There he is.
Oh, the clean shaven.
Oh, the beard is gone.
Yeah. I came to talk to big shots. I gotta look the part. I gotta be ready for business. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, Kostaki in Phoenix, and you guys were hanging out at the convention center, all kinds of activities. What exactly is going on at the convention hall in Phoenix, Arizona?
It's just nerd football heaven. It's so fun. We're talking to Frank on the dais there in our little setup, and Joe Montana and Christian McCaffrey stop and meet and chat with each other right in front of us. And Deion Sanders is walking by, and Willie yells, "Go Buffs!" And he's like, it's just all these characters are just all over the place. We talked to Rondé Barber yesterday, who last night went into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's exactly what you want him to be, thoughtful and easy to talk to. I saw this, I was just looking at this stat. He's the only player with more than 40 interceptions and 25 sacks in his career. It's an interesting stat, right?
Wow, sure.
He was telling us about the unofficial Mai Tai drinking record at the Pro Bowl.
Oh, all right.
Who has it?
He said it's John Lynch. That's interesting, right?
Oh, now he's a former defensive back with Rondé Barber, actually, on the Buccaneers. And John Lynch is the 49ers general manager now? Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you think of a Mai Tai drinking contest, you'd think it'd be one of the giant guys, right?
Sure.
No, John Lynch is the answer. So,
Kostaki, who, if you saw at the convention center this weekend, would you fanboy the most for?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, I've seen some of them. We talked to Pat McAfee last night, and there were a handful of other ones that were, that are kind of big names. Ron Jaworski read us a joke, and Chris Sims and Doug Gottlieb. We talked to Justin Fields. We were trying to get him to read us a joke, and his handlers kind of rushed over and was like, right. It's funny. It's funny. They get a little. Dan Marino's probably the one that, he was my first favorite player when I was a kid, you know? So I've had that, but I've actually chatted with Dan at one of these in the past. So it's cool to it just makes it all seem real, you know?
For me, it would be Lou Groza. Of course, Lou the Toe Groza.
Lou the Toe. Kostaki?
Of course, actually, I have spoken with Jim Brown, who inarguably the greatest player of all time.
And he called you Tom Griswold.
Oh, he got such a big kick out of it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was in the hospital. And
he promised you a touchdown?
And no, I got a little note from Jim Brown. My sister met him on an airplane.
Holy cow!
That was so cool.
That's amazing.
You're 12 and you get that. Now, who would be the guy you'd want to talk to, Chick?
Me?
Yeah, you grew up. Were you a Bengals fan, or was it strictly Ohio State?
No, I was a Packer fan and a Brown fan and a Washington fan. So I don't know.
For me, it would be Dr. Frank Ryan.
You and I have had this discussion. We're not we don't really want to bother anybody that's important to us. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't want to bother, but if the occasion arose and you were in an elevator and.
I'd probably like to talk to Riggins. He seems like a nice guy, a hunter and a fisherman and stuff like that. I'd talk to him for a little while.
Riggo.
I watched you fanboy over him one time. We were on the Redskins field.
Yeah.
And he was like 10 feet away. Yeah.
Theismann introduced me. Hey, JR, I want to meet this guy. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Kostaki Economopoulos in Arizona. The lack of a beard now is throwing me, Kostaki.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was good. Getting kind of used to it. But before we get back to football, you are once again a single man.
Oh, yeah.
You had talked about going out to the store. You went to the convenience store and you bought condoms and vodka. What was it again?
What?
No vodka.
I do have condoms. Yeah, I'm prepared. Okay. I'm a responsible adult, Tom.
Did you take some to Phoenix?
There. I think so. Yeah, there's some in my.
That's exactly where I was going, Josh. I was hoping you're right in the same track I am. This is what we call optimism. He's hoping to meet his favorite NFL players, and he brought condoms just in case.
Yeah, that's right.
Not for meeting the players. I want to make that clear.
You never know if Erin Andrews is mad at her man or.
Good choice.
Wants a little piece of that Kostaki.
Oh, okay.
Have you Colbert? Chat, talk football with me, sure.
Kostaki, are you going on the whatever they call them, the apps where you meet the ladies?
Dating apps?
The dating apps?
I've only just barely tried Tinder just for the social experiment of it. It's even worse than I thought.
We have a Tinder expert in the room, Sophie.
Yes,
now you are.
Well, I will say I feel like Hinge is getting more popular with like people my age. Yeah.
Is that? And that's hetero. Let's make that clear.
Or is it
No, it doesn't have to make it clear.
You put the preferences, so it can be whatever you want.
You don't even know you're doing it when you do it. That's my favorite part.
Kostaki, I actually was the what's the word when you do a wedding for somebody?
Officiate?
The officiant. I married a couple of friends of mine. They actually met on Bumble.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that one worked for them, and they're a great couple, and they've been married for quite a while now.
I don't think Bumble's is it even out there?
Bumble is the Sadie Hawkins version of Tinder. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget how it worked. Yeah, she found him, but we were at an event, and she was showing me how it worked, and she was going through the various pictures, and I'd never been on one of those. There'd be guys with their mom, guys in front of their trucks. Guys holding up fish.
Yeah, the fish picture is the infamous picture that people use.
Yeah, right.
Now,
holding a fish.
Kostaki, would you let me write your bio?
Oh, that's a great idea, Kostaki. There's nothing at all wrong with that idea. Yeah.
Greek, hetero.
Yeah.
But the first day you're on Tinder, you feel like a king because you're like, yes, bring me the large-breasted woman who likes sushi. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, this one has strange makeup but likes motorcycles and craft beer. I say yes. This one doesn't even speak English, but yes, we shall speak the international language of love. You just say yes to everything.
You see, because you've got to go on these because it's going to give you another 20 minutes for your stand-up act.
That's true. Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Oh, and I don't have it in front of me, Kostaki. I got a nice note from someone who saw one of your recent shows, and I guess you did a little hunk on your divorce.
Oh yeah, it's like a half-hour hunk.
Well, they loved it. They thought it was great. Anyway, Kostaki Economopoulos is also our NFL correspondent and a stellar stand-up comedian. He will not be on stage this weekend with Pat Godwin and Jeff Oskey in Evansville at the
specialty
furniture
ham-handed.
What was that?
Yeah, this
weird
clumsy
forced
crowbar.
The Simplicity Furniture Store. I won't even mention any of Josh's upcoming gigs.
Because I'm not on your list
I was
yet.
going to say, there's none on there.
That's because I told you to take them all off.
So what's up for today, Kostaki?
No, I want to. I'm going somewhere with this.
I can't imagine where you are because you're lost.
It's going to be Kostaki and Godwin, and it doesn't say who else is on the bill.
I am.
Oh, Saginaw, Friday, March 31st. Would you scratch that off, please? Okay, and then it'll be.
That one's going to be great.
Yeah, that'll be a cool gig. So you go see Kostaki. I'm sorry. Back to Chick's question. What did you say?
What's going on today, Kostaki? What's the first thing you got to do today? What is it? Have a breakfast with Joe Montana, something like that?
It's Call You Knuckleheads from way over here on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
It's early here. Yeah, so from here, it's easy. You know, we're just going to play. And we're doing this bit where we're asking big shots to read us a joke. And we're interviewing characters. And we're going to go, we're going to do some man on the street stuff. And it's just fun. We're just running around having a great time. I love it.
Kostaki, we spoke to my son Willie earlier. And he apparently took Noah, who was our brilliant videographer, he took him into one of the so-called dispensaries, which is the I guess clinical term for the marijuana shops.
Yeah.
We used to call them head shops back in my day.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Now, did you go into one of the head shops? And
No, I didn't. I'm more of a beer and wine guy. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And,
my question, I was just wondering if there are any sort of unofficial bootleg Super Bowl bongs or something.
Oh, there probably are. I didn't get a chance to see any of that. We tried to have dinner with Willie the first night. He's like, I'm going to go get a nap, and then we'll get. We didn't see him for hours. He completely disappeared and conked out in the room. I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out with Noah, and we're like, should we go check on him? We're texting. So he woke up. It was like 8 p.m. He thought it was 8 a.m. He panicked. That's exactly what we predicted. He's like, "What day is it? What's happening?" You know. So
and apparently, he's ruining Noah. He took Noah to one of the. I guess Noah's. Is he? I guess a marijuana virgin. Is that what I'm getting?
I don't know. He's like our last good employee.
At the very least, he's a dispensary, a legal dispensary.
He's the most recently hired, so he's the least jaundiced about everything that goes on around here.
Yeah, he still does what I ask him to do.
Yeah, I was going to say he's one of our best employees. We can't lose him to the weed.
Yeah.
My first time with him, we've been having a great time. He doesn't look like a dude who is new to weed.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah, I agree.
Well, you don't look like a guy who likes football, okay? How about that?
All right.
Yeah. You big nerd. Hey, how many times have you had to say to someone significantly larger than you, come on, man, it's a joke. It's okay, it's a joke. How many times? The over-under's 5.
It's funny that none of the people involved worry about the jokes. In fact, Ron Jaworski read me a joke that was a little like I'm surprised he picked it.
He's calling Ron Jaworski Jaws.
Well, they used to call him that on the.
That was his nickname.
Broadcast.
Yeah,
is he still doing it?
No,
I haven't seen him.
Well, he's at the Super Bowl, so there.
Hey, Kostaki, before we lose you here, I think it would be appropriate for you to pick at least the winner of the Super Bowl, or are you doing any of the weirdo bets, the so-called prop bets?
Weirdo bets.
I will definitely do some weirdo bets. I love those. I think the Eagles are top to bottom the best team, but Patrick Mahomes is a wizard, and I think he's gonna figure out a way to win.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Kostaki's pick.
Right.
He's picking.
We got a clip from Carl Eller. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure. Tell me, what's the background on this?
All right, Carl Eller was a first-round draft pick in 1964. To the Vikings. He went on to become one of the key purple people eaters.
Sure.
He's got a ring from Super Bowl 4.
Wow.
We're on Super Bowl 57 this year.
I might add a losing ring from Super Bowl 4. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, Kostaki.
He apparently played in 4 of them, yeah.
Who did they play that year?
Super Bowl 4 would have been Vikings and the Steelers, I think. No.
Is that right?
No, Chiefs. Chiefs beat the...
the Chiefs were in a couple really early.
Chiefs beat the... that's the...
Hank Stram.
That's matriculate on down the field, Super Bowl.
Okay, this is Carl Eller. Here we go.
Carl, you are a Hall of Fame member. What do you think? Do you think Tom Brady is first ballot, or will some people hold out?
Well, I think Tumblegold, he should not accept that because he's such a shoe-in. I know he'll make it. He should he should say, no, I won't do it. I'll wait till the second round.
Tom Brady in the Hall of Fame is kind of like, what, are we doing turkey at Thanksgiving this year?
Right,
I think turkey would work out okay.
I know, yeah, exactly. But really, to go back to Tom Brady, he's an old guy. I mean, he's old. He's like 40 years
Take that,
old.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, take that, Tom Brady.
Carl Eller's calling you old.
You're old.
That interview brought to you by CTE.
Carl's great. Was he? What was he wearing? Do you remember?
He was wearing a Hall of Fame jacket.
Oh, cool.
And a bib.
And his
maybe.
wife wearing like the Eller jersey and the Vikings.
I mean, he's what is he?
Really
he's 80, isn't he?
He's up there.
Yeah, he's around 80. He's 6'6", but he's a little hunched over, and he's getting around in a wheelchair, and then he pops out, and he was really good. They were telling us about a game they play in the backyard called Flickin' Chicken, where it's like they throw a chicken at a. They were a great couple. It was fun to chat with them.
Oh, cool. Well, that's great. Once again, Kostaki Economopoulos in Arizona. If you know any single women in the Arizona area looking for love.
They ship in hookers for the Super Bowl.
Oh, they got to. Yeah. Remember that one Super Bowl? They had a bus with.
You can pay to get laid, Kostaki.
A strip club. Yeah, it's legal in Arizona.
Kostaki is a man of a certain charm and wit.
Remember the bus they
He's
had?
not going to pay for it. Plus, he's Greek. That's an extra fee.
You think that he's above prostitutes?
Sometimes he's under him.
Whatever he's into.
That's an extra fee also. Kostaki, have a great time. And where are you going to be posting all of your interviews and stuff?
Yeah, come find me at Kostaki Economopoulos on Instagram and at Funny Kostaki on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm going to be posting stuff all over the place.
I mean, if someone's driving right now, the odds of their being able to spell Kostaki Economopoulos are zero.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like the Super Bowl ending in a tie 0-0.
It's like the odds of Eller being able to spell his own name.
That's just mean.
Well, wasn't easy to listen to.
All Pro Lines is Kostaki's landing spot. And by the way, got a nice letter here saying, with the NFL season over, we sure hope you don't get rid of Kostaki. We want to hear him every week.
That's nice. Can I get out on a joke here? It's a tradition.
Let's see. I'll try it.
Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson last night was named Offensive Player of the Year. Congrats to him. Offensive Rapper of the Year, long since been established. Good night, everybody.
Oh, yeah. We know who, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's a joke.
Kanye joke is what it does. I believe that is.
All right, yeah, this is traditional, right?
That required too much work on our part.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Kostaki.
All right.
Well, you have a great time today. I can tell you're in heaven.
Yes.
All right. Thanks very much. Let's see now. What day is today? Friday? That means Valentine's Day is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So as they say, the clock is ticking quite literally.
2 o'clock today, Eastern
2 o'clock today, Eastern time. You got to get that order into Steven Singer Jewelers if you want to get something gorgeous for him or her for
Hello, gorgeous.
Valentine's Day. One of the big ones is right there in front of Josh. That is the color known as periwinkle. It's kind of a bluish violet. And that is an actual American Beauty rose dipped in real 24-karat gold. These start at $59. You'll get it if you get it in before you get the order in before 2 o'clock today.
Yes.
You'll have it in time for Valentine's Day. That's how this works. IHateStevenSinger.com is the place to find it. Steven's Gold Dip Roses, the #1 gift for Valentine's Day. And don't forget, Steven Singer Jewelers also has great bracelets, necklaces, earrings, all those things that mean love, including a lot of diamonds. All the details at IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. But once again, 2 o'clock Eastern time, so you better pull over and get it done right now. IHateStevenSinger.com. You can get one of these flowers that won't die in a week because it's dipped in gold, ladies and gentlemen. 24-karat gold. Real gold for your real love and a real rose from a real jeweler. It's IHateStevenSinger.com. We are coming right back. We're going to let Christy's daughter do a story for us. I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's probably involving something salacious.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, okay. And a special surprise superstar guest.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait till you hear. I will. I'm not even going to give you a hint. Oh, wait a minute. Up next, Dr. Tom Whiskey. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
Hey, the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone. You know someone who might like that Bob and Tom Show app? You should tell them it's available for free in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Once you download the app, you can listen to your local station, set an alarm. You can even listen to those free Bob and Tom podcasts I told you about right through the app. Pretty cool. You can even listen to us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. It's the Bob and Tom Show app, again, free and available in the iTunes or Google Play Store. The best part, you can listen to the Bob and Tom Show wherever you are. If you're on vacation or you have a work assignment and suddenly you're called away from your normal routine, no worries. The Bob and Tom Show's with you all the time, especially right here. And we appreciate you listening all morning long on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news. Dionne Warwick says she feels like she lost a family member with the death of songwriter Burt Bacharach. Warwick says they had their run-ins but always found a way to let each other know that their roots were the most important part of their relationship. Bacharach wrote or co-wrote such Warwick hits as Do You Know the Way to San Jose, Walk On By, Alfie, Don't Make Me Over, and That's What Friends Are For. Bacharach died of natural causes Wednesday at the age of 94. He was not just a successful songwriter, he also was a successful horse breeder. Bacharach got into horse racing in 1968 when he asked trainer Charlie Whittingham to pick out a horse for him. Whittingham picked a horse named Battle Royale, which won first place, and Bacharach was hooked. One of Bacharach's horses, Soul of the Matter, had career earnings of $2.3 million. Two of his horses ran in the Kentucky Derby. Hall of Fame jockey Ken DeSorma, who rode Bacharach's horse Afternoon Delights, says Bacharach could talk the talk if he was involved with a bunch of horsemen. Bacharach was 100% entertained by us instead of the other way around. Rihanna says the hardest part of preparing for a Super Bowl halftime show is trying to boil down her 17-year career into just 13 minutes. She acknowledges that she had to cut some of her songs, but she came up with a show she calls jam-packed until the very last second. Rihanna does admit she's a bit nervous because she's not been on stage in 7 years. However, she says when she became a mother, she feels like she can take on the world. Again, the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Rihanna, the Super Bowl halftime performer. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Fats Domino would have turned 95 this week. He was so popular back in the 50s that all the other singers got jealous and began copying him. They started giving themselves first names implying they were overweight, followed by a last name that was a playing piece from a children's game. So Fats Domino led to Chubby Checker, who was a great success, which led to Lard-Ass Tiddlywink, who never really caught on.
He never Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern. On Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
At Nike, we know that to get a job done, you need the right shoe. Michael Jordan doesn't step on the court without his Nike Air Jordans. And Jose Impalero doesn't step into the streets of Pamplona without his Air Toro. Air Toro. Once you strap on these bright red steer hide zapatas, you'll be ready to run for your life.
Yes, hello, this is Jose Impalero. You know, when I put on my Air Toros, I feel like I can... Oh, mi Dios. Oh, no, Toro, el Toro. Help me, somebody.
Air Toros. People would walk over you to get this shoe. Air Toros. Hemingway may have worn khakis, but he never got to wear Air Toros. Plenty of other famous people love their Air Toros. People like Gore Vidal, Bruce Hornsby, Red Skelton, and the Chicago Bulls. So, hoof it on over to your favorite shoe store, Air Toros.
No, Toro, el Toro.
Air Toros. Just do it.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom.
Hi, and welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation, and now filling in for Christy is her daughter, Sophie.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Sophie.
Hi, Mom.
How are you? You're looking good. So pretty. I saw on your social you went to the basketball game last night with your father.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's nice. I hate him. You know that. But tell him I miss his dong.
Joshua.
His dog.
Joshua.
I'm sorry.
That's Josh Arnold.
That's where she came from.
Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Jess Hooker.
Hey.
She's enjoying a big chocolate milkshake. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee, sadly, possibly for the last time. And here's
I take responsibility for your last day.
I thought we cut him off after that last break.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we got a couple things coming up, including...
I don't know how Carl Eller is not in a car on the way here, but...
We got an interview with Carl Eller and Ozzy Osbourne coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, lady...
It was mean-spirited. I do apologize.
You guys.
Right now, we have a special guest.
Sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Tom, you were telling us off the air you were going to get your little girl a hamster.
No.
I hope she's listening.
I hope
He's
so.
not getting her a hamster.
Well, I used to have a hamster, and I was wondering why I was getting so fat. And then it became apparent.
That was Ace Cosby's
Then it
joke
became
of the
apparent.
day.
Yeah.
So why it was getting so fat, then it became
There's so many things wrong with this entire feature. Let alone that joke, okay?
Well, regardless of how we may feel about the punchline,
yes.
You know what feels great always?
Tell it.
Pajamagram. This Valentine's Day, give her soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas.
I wear the nude ones. You know that.
Christy, I know you love them.
Yeah.
Available at pajamagram.com. Use code NUDE, that's N-U-D-E, and save 25% off your order of naturally nude pajamas.
I'll tell you what,
Ladies and gentlemen, as I live and breathe, from the Old West, it's Dr. Tom Whiskey.
Who's that sexy dude that's an old man? Tom Whiskey? Yeah! Isn't it this joke of the day? This is
Doc, how are you this morning?
Well, you know, the Old West was a diverse place.
Oh, it certainly was.
You wouldn't know from those old westerns.
Well, yeah. That's because Hollywood wasn't a
That's right. That's right. But there was all kinds of folks out there doing all kinds of things. You love who you love, and that's okay with me.
Is that right, Doc?
That reminds me of this true story.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. What did the lady lesbian double amputee pirate say to her lover? Want me to repeat that for you?
Please.
Yes, I do.
What did the lady lesbian double amputee pirate say to her lover? Scissor me timbers. That was Tom Whiskey's joke of the day.
Sailor.
You see the
timbers would be.
I'm a big
sailor in the Old West.
Big fan.
The
big fan.
You see, Sophie. The timbers would be referring to wooden legs. You see, double amputee.
She's a pirate.
Scissoring conceptually, I think we're on board for for the.
She's in college. You don't have to tell her.
What did shiver me timbers mean? I don't. It was cold outside, I guess. Shiver.
What did it mean?
I assume it's probably. I would imagine it's some technical term about part of the boat.
Yeah.
The timbers that would make up the keel or something. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I thought it was like an expression for shock or.
Well, shiver me timbers.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, is the origin of it actually valid? Of course, my favorite sailing term. I'm sure you're familiar with this one, Jess. Raising the Blue Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what that means.
No, yeah, I've been on boats, grew up on a lake.
So what does it mean when I say, well, raising the Blue Peter?
I don't know. I was on ski boats. I wasn't on sailboats. So
you could raise the Blue Peter in a ski boat.
I could.
Yeah.
Well, it means everyone come back to the boat.
Yeah. It means so the boat's in the harbor. The guy's up at the whorehouse looking out, and he sees the blue flag.
I don't know if
Did you just say whorehouse? You mean the lighthouse?
Oh
no. Shiver me timbers are the wooden support frames of a sailing ship.
Yes.
In heavy seas, ships would be lifted up and pounded down so hard as to shiver the timbers.
Oh. All right.
So it essentially means
rough seas, evidently, right?
Yeah. But boy, oh boy.
There we go.
It's similar to something like, well, blow me down.
Oh, I know what that means.
Yeah.
It's so intense and wonderful you pass out is what happens.
Oh.
What are we talking about?
What?
Never mind. Okay, let's turn to.
Oh, hi, Sophie.
The
How are
news
you?
desk.
Hey, I'm great.
Sophie Lee. Are we going to go with that?
That's almost an adverb.
Is a radio name
She
we're going
entered
with?
the room,
Sophie Lee. Do you have a news story that you want to share with us?
I do. It's about the Super Bowl, too, so it's exciting.
Okay, good.
Okay, adult website Cam Soda. Josh, I'm sure you're familiar.
Yes, I've seen your account.
Wait a second. Josh, I am not. What is Cam Soda?
I honestly have never been on it. I know it's hard to believe.
Liar.
I haven't. I'm an OnlyFans man.
Oh, okay.
You can go on there, and I believe webcam girls do live shows. So as you're watching, you can chat with them. You can make requests like take your top off and pay them money to do said things.
Huh.
Okay, but
I just said that as a joke, but I didn't know you actually knew what it was.
I know what it is, but I honestly haven't been on.
Okay, so what is Cam Soda doing with the Super Bowl?
Okay, so they're offering the city of Philadelphia 1,540 gallons of Cheese Whiz infused lubricant to deter Eagles fans from climbing poles after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a second.
Win or lose, they're going to have trouble with that in Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Cam Soda said a truck loaded with 28 drums, each containing 55 gallons of lube, is headed to the city of brotherly love to help prevent rowdy fans from climbing streetlights, traffic lights, utility poles, and other structures on Sunday.
I know. I was aware of the loop. What's the Cheese Whiz connection?
I don't know.
A cheesesteak?
Cheesesteak,
Yeah, I mean, it says each drum contains 75% lubricant and 25% Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, it's like they're staying on brand for the city, right?
Real slick.
And I think that would work better than grease.
I think it would. I think you're right.
Or Cheese Whiz is sponsoring the lubricant. This slippery pole brought to you by Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the logic behind this.
There isn't such a thing as Cheese Whiz lube, though, is there?
I don't know, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, how about Cheese Whiz lube?
I mean, Josh, let's face it, it's got two of your favorite things.
Sure. Food and sexual debauchery. Why not combine the two? I'm more of a beef gravy lube man.
There you go.
I mean, there's all kinds of lubes.
Yes, there is.
And
that's very good, Tom.
No, but I mean, we had
like flavor.
Yeah, what was the one we had? We had
bacon.
We had a kosher bacon lube that someone brought in that was real.
Okay.
That had been whatever the process is involving the
Sure.
rabbi, and so I mean, there's all kinds of lubes, but I don't.
Whatever the process is involving the rabbi.
Well, that's the whole kosher process. But I mean, we had it in the studio for a long time.
For a long time.
But I don't know if Cheese Whiz actually makes a lube, or if this is something they're manufacturing just for the occasion.
I don't know.
I don't know. It seems stupid from all angles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, never mind. I probably can't mention that.
Uh-oh.
Why stop now?
It doesn't stop me when something comes to my mind.
That's for sure.
It'd be kind of like the mac and cheese. It'd be possible there'd be two kinds of cheese down there.
Oh, speaking of, I made Sophie some mac and cheese.
Oh, have you tried it?
Oh, I see. I haven't tried it yet.
No, explain what this is.
So this is Andy Reid, who is the
Kansas City Chiefs head coach.
Thank you, Chick. And he makes a macaroni and cheese with like 7 different kinds of cheeses. I tried to recreate it. And
to be honest, you didn't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's very cheesy.
I don't think it's cheesy.
I think it has a wonderful taste, but it's not cheesy enough for me, oddly enough. But
Yeah.
the consistency is a little gritty.
It is gritty.
I
Yeah,
found it
but
gritty.
that's when you use
I like it.
real cheese. You don't use artificial cheese like I use Velveeta, and so I'm used to that, and that's not what that is.
Yeah.
So.
This is your
good.
high-end mac and cheese.
It is.
Andy Reid is a man who enjoys a good meal. And famously, there was a cheeseburger reference last time they won the Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. So you like it?
Yeah, I do like it, actually.
Okay, well, you're a college student. You can take half of it home.
There you go.
Awesome. Oh, free food. It's the best day of my life.
Do you have roommates?
I do. I have 4. We live in a 2-story house.
Men or women?
They're all girls.
Oh, do any of them like Greek guys? Because Kostaki's looking.
Well, no, they're all 20, so
I was
I
gonna say,
don't
do
know
they
if
all
that's
like
the-
old Greek guys?
Yeah, well, some of them could have daddy issues.
Oh, yeah, no. I will not be handing out their numbers.
You're a good friend.
We just want the
you.
code to the cameras. Okay, let's move forward here.
Is
Coming
this
up.
creepy? Whenever I date a younger girl, I ask her on the first date what cologne her father wore, and then on the second date, I wear that cologne.
And if she sticks around, you have a problem.
That should be in your novel. That should be part of your MO.
Man, are we late? Where's that clock?
Sorry. Coming up, we have seagulls in the news, and we
Gertrude Heathcliff?
and we have an escapee from the St. Louis Zoo. It's a bear. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You got the guitar out. So you have a new song?
Yeah, I got a new one. Just got finished recording this for upcoming CD.
Okay. All right.
No, you don't want to mess with Michelle Obama. She's tough enough to whoop Ricky Tidwell's mama. Seen her outstanding on the White House steps with the massive forearms and them big biceps. Yeah, I know exactly what the press corps is thinking. She's 2 inches shorter than Abraham Lincoln. Got a dress on tighter than a Swiss Army knife and a booty that shakes like Barney Fife. Yeah, she's the pretty lady that lives in the castle. The first lady that I wouldn't arm wrestle. Don't spill nothing on the White House rug, 'cause she put the Queen of England in a big bear hug. She's tall enough to make Yao Ming nervous. She don't even need any Secret Service. And she ain't gonna take any crap off Barack. She could cut his wind off with a side headlock. No, you don't want to mess with Michelle Obama. I'd rather start a fight with the Dalai Lama. She's got a lot of class and a lot of behind. And in 5-inch pumps, she's about 6'9". Trying to remember the next verse. May have to come back to me after commercial. Hold on one second. Oh, I know what it is. She's a Princeton lawyer and a real good mother. She's got more teeth than an Osmond brother. And a jawbone bigger than Kanye West. And there ain't no telling what she can bench press. And I think that's all I can remember.
That's all you
Okay, that's okay. It's still going.
It's a work in progress.
I'll think of it here in a second. It'll hit me when you're in the middle of commercial.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Comedian Tim Wilson is here with us, and Tim has his guitar out, obviously, and he's going to be...
She knows all the wrong buttons to push. She's read more books than Laura Bush. Got a right arm bigger than Maria Shriver, and she put Oprah Winfrey in a pile driver. No, you don't want to mess with Michelle Obama. You don't want to mess with Michelle Obama. You don't want to mess with Michelle Obama, comma, period. I think that's the end of it.
Friday, have you ever wanted to dance like a rockette and get a college credit for it? Well, a group of college students in Boston getting a unique opportunity to learn dance like the Radio City Rockettes. The Precision Dance team, known for its annual Christmas spectacular, partnering with the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley, they've created the first 4-credit college dance class taught by the Rockettes. The instructor sharing the team's meticulously precise technique based on tap, ballet, and jazz, in which the dancers move and kick in perfect synchronicity. Boston Conservatory student Rhapsody Steiger says she's never before taken such a challenging class. She says no other style of dance really emphasizes the precision of every single body part. Meanwhile, New Zealand police have found more than 3 tons of cocaine floating in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean after it was dropped there by an international drug smuggling syndicate. Police said Wednesday, while they had yet to make any arrests, they had dealt a financial blow to everyone from the South American producers of those drugs through to the distributors in what was the nation's largest ever drug seizure. New Zealand Police Commissioner Andrew Coster said the cocaine had been dropped at a floating transit point in 81 bales before it was intercepted by the Navy. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are 2 of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I work the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Men, are you looking to add a little dance to your pants? Are you hoping to turn heads without costly and painful surgery? Then visit the Bob and Tom Personal Care Outlet Mall and experience the newest way to grow your fro.
Hi, I'm Chick McGee. I know what you're thinking, but Chick, hair hides inches. Well, that's only when you're naked. See, when I put King Kong behind closed doors, I want the ladies to notice a bulge that rivals those old Jim Palmer ads in Sports Illustrated. Thanks to this, I can achieve that look in just a few short weeks.
From the makers of Miracle Grow, it's the Pubador. The Pubador starts at the root system, giving your patch a major poof that only the latest in Frigomol technology can provide.
Wow, Chick. Is that an airbag in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me?
Let's just say my curly fries have gone home style.
The Pubador is a simple 3-step system. First, apply the Miracle Mix to desired region. Place those puny pubes in curlers, and then let the Pubador leave you high and dry.
Wow, it looks like a bloomin' onion.
The Pubador, now available at the Bob and Tom Personal Care Outlet Mall. Warning, not intended for beards, backs, or buttocks. Ask for the Pubador by name. Pubador.
Oh, my God.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. Christy's daughter Sophie's here.
Hello, hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hi.
Jess Hooker joins us.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie and Kostaki and Frank Caliendo all in Arizona for the Super Bowl. And I have a request, Tom, for this break.
Well, you got to remind everybody that Josh is on probation.
Josh continues on probation, yes.
Couple of unfortunate lines, one about Christy's daughter and then one about one of our guests. Yes.
Oh, did I say something about that?
Well, what do you got over there?
Probably.
I would like to do the shoe-in of the week now.
Right now.
Until we start talking, because we'll start talking to Frank and things will get out of hand and then we'll forget again. We can't forget.
Okay, let's get the shoe-in of the week out of the way.
Well, I'm not really prepared. Yes, I am. I'm kidding. The often imitated, never duplicated, the absolutely first #1 sporting prognostication, my fault. In the history of the world, it's the shoe-in of the week. Our current record, 52-49 on the season.
Nothing to sneeze at.
A robust 3 games above 500. And the line for Super Bowl 57, the Philadelphia Eagles are giving 1.5 points to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles minus the points. They will be crowned Super Bowl champions Sunday night about 10:03 Eastern Standard Time. There you go, Tom. I like their offense. I like the offensive lines. I like the defensive lines. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to have trouble with the Eagles' defensive lines because they're doing something new, and the league hasn't seen it yet.
Is this going to be a single bet, or are you going to do a double shock, triple shock, do something to get yourself into the stratosphere, a 10 shock, lay your money down?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason.
I think Jess has some thoughts on this.
I don't know what's going on there. The first and only of the season, triple shock.
Triple shock. Okay.
So if I miss it, I'll go right back to 500. And all of this will be for nothing.
May as well not have done it.
I might as well not have picked any games at all. Okay. Somehow that's perfect.
Okay. Sophie, quickly, your pick?
Well, I was going to say the Eagles, but Chick said that, so I feel like I should pick the Chiefs.
Of course. That's all we need.
You're just a contrarian, is what you are.
And I believe it's time now to travel to the big screen here in our studios. On the big screen, it's the very handsome Jeff Oskey. Good morning, sir.
Hi, how are you, everybody? Welcome, Sophie. Welcome to the studio. I'm Jeff Oskey.
Welcome to the machine.
Yeah, Josh, you're killing it this morning. I'm loving everything you're doing.
Thank you.
And so, for those of you who don't know what I do, I'm Jeff Oskey. We give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention. Oops, wrong music again. Hold on.
That's cool.
I like that, though.
Damn, that's nice, though.
Yeah. Oskey's got moves.
All right. A man was hit in the head with an entire whole chicken after angering his girlfriend. What you failed to mention, next time, duck.
Nice. Very good.
There he is.
We learned that Texans like eating pickles at the movies. What you failed to mention, I was surprised by this when I first heard this. I thought Tom was just gherking my chain.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Josh, you can't talk today, buddy. Okay. A woman was found alive hours at the a woman was found alive hours after being sent. Oh boy, I'm doing well today. A woman. So there was a dead lady at the morgue.
Okay, got it.
And come to find out, she wasn't dead.
I see.
Yeah, they found out she was alive 2 hours later. What you failed to mention, this nurse. Okay.
We're not even going to get the joke.
I am so frustrated right now. Oh, hey, did I mention all this great comedy? You can see me and Pat Godwin tomorrow night. We'll be performing in Evansville. What I failed to mention, we'll be at the Coslet Furniture Store. I'll be doing my entire set on a chaise lounge. So enjoy that. A naked man wreaked havoc on a Marriott hotel over this past weekend, chasing people with a plunger, pulling fire alarms throughout the entire hotel. What you failed to mention, I blame Priceline. Before, this guy would have been at a Super 8. But thanks to their low prices and great discounts, now this lunatic, methed out lunatic, can now stay at the Marriott Hotel.
That should be their new commercial.
Yeah.
That's true.
Someone found a pink pigeon at the park that authorities believe to be part of a gender reveal stunt.
Oh.
Well, you failed to mention the gender reveals, to me, just reveal way more about the parents than it does the kid.
Right.
True.
It's like, oh, congratulations, you're being born into a family of lunatics. And finally, for the Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys saw this, for the Super Bowl, Taco Bell is offering a new big-ass Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
What you failed to mention, the pizza is so big-ass that you can eat it from the front. I'm Jeff Oskey, and oh my God, this has been the news that I failed to mention.
Great joke.
Jeff Oskey.
Yeah, it's a nice callback.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's the only good joke I had today.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Once again, Jeffrey and Mr. Godwin, Evansville, Indiana. It looks like it's the Simplicity Furniture Shop. Is that right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. That'll be a great show.
Coslets.
And do you want to explain the eat it from the front joke, Josh?
Yes, it's a rap lyric,
Yeah.
an old lyric.
Al Jackson was
mentioned
talking
it,
about
yeah.
it
I was not aware of this, but the essence of it is, Sophie, in the world of booty, the baby's got back aspect of a young lady. Her sumptuous buns are such that you can actually see them from the front.
Have you heard that term? Her ass so big you can see it from the front?
Yeah, but I didn't really need it to be explained to me.
By Uncle Tom.
Yeah. But thank you for doing that. But yeah, I have heard that before.
Yes.
It's meant to be a compliment, I think.
It is.
It is, absolutely.
It's very good. Time now to check in with one more quick story from the news desk. Who's got it over there?
Sophie,
I've got it,
Sophie?
yeah. Tree trimming workers in Connecticut saved a seagull that became tangled in a kite string 50 feet in the air.
Oh.
A seagull, where does he go to temple? Is that...
It's not George Siegel, it's Seagull.
Oh, it's Seagull. Okay, I'm sorry, my fault.
Yeah, he was, Chick was confused. He went to the play Cats. He thought it was about some Long Island accountants. Turned out it was about kitty cats. T.S. Eliot, my friend. Thank you for the interruption.
Laura Bourbon, director of the Dan Cosgrove Animal Shelter, said a kite was caught from one tree onto another tree, and the seagull unfortunately got caught up in the kite string. The Branford Fire Department was initially called in to help, but the department said its bucket truck could not manipulate into the area where this poor bird was stuck.
Aww. Seagulls are jerks. Have you ever spent any time
They
with a
are.
seagull
It's
on the
illegal.
beach?
It's illegal to hurt a seagull.
Well,
because everybody would do it.
I will gladly go to jail.
They're scavengers.
You got a snack on the beach, it's theirs. They're rude.
A famous restaurant where the seagulls eat your French fries.
I think they're so funny because they are just most brazen and rude.
But they try to be, aloof and standoffish initially. They'll be walking along and just like looking out at the water, and you're eating your chips, and just look at that. And then they'll slide over closer and closer, and all of a sudden they're there in your lap.
Sophie, one of my favorite things in life is anytime Chick travels to a beach, he will text me a picture of a seagull with a caption of, "Look at this a-hole. Here comes another jerk."
That's right. That's exactly right. They just stare at it like you owe them a snack. I don't think so. I can't wait to wring a seagull's neck.
It's against the law. They
take
help,
me to jail.
They help clean the beach.
Worth it.
They're very nice. Seagull and a kite string sounds like one of those Dr. Phil expressions.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's right.
Talking about a seagull and a kite string.
It's like a seagull and a kite string. You know what I'm talking about. My old grandpappy used to say, "Yeah, it's a seagull and a kite string." Well, I'm glad they got the little critter, and that little guy's okay. Thank you very much. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Frank Caliendo on his home turf in Arizona, getting ready for the Super Bowl. So we look forward to that.
This sponsorship couldn't come at a better time.
That's right. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, of course, but sometimes life gets you bogged down. A lot going on out there. You may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in a way that you want to be showing up. Working with a therapist may help you get closer to the best version of you. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They've connected more than 3 million people with licensed therapists, and it's super convenient and accessible because it's done online. It can be done on like a phone call or a video or a chat style, whatever works for you. But many of the benefits, of course, of in-person therapy, but once again, entirely online. So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option for you. Once again, you go to BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT Show. That'll knock 10% off your first month. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy through BetterHelp may help you get there. Check it out, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. 10% off your first month. Coming back with the great comedian Frank Caliendo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You can catch Greg Warren on the Bob and Tom Show coming up Monday with another edition of The Warren Report. And you can see him this weekend at Hastings City Auditorium in Hastings, Nebraska, Saturday night, February 11th. Next week, Greg Warren, Thursday, February 16th through Saturday, February 18th at 3 Ravens in Monticello, Illinois. Kostaki Economopoulos on the road next week as well. Tuesday, February 17th at Yellow & Company in Mahomet, Illinois. Then Wednesday, February 18th, Kostaki at the Strand Theater, beautiful theater in Shelbyville, Indiana. That's Kostaki.com for tickets and information and for everything Bob and Tom. Check out bobandtom.com. Rolling through a Friday with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom News headlines. Emergency crews made a series of dramatic rescues in Turkey, pulling several people from the rubble 4 days after the catastrophic earthquake killed more than 20,000 people. The 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit the border region between Turkey and Syria, the area home to more than 13.5 million people. With morgues and cemeteries overwhelmed, bodies lay wrapped in blankets, rugs, and tarps in the streets of some cities. Temperatures remain below freezing across the large region. Many people have no place to shelter. The government's distributed millions of hot meals as well as tents and blankets, but was still struggling to reach many people in need. When a giant Chinese balloon made an uninvited visit to the United States, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin turned to a hotline system set up with Beijing to defuse the situation. Austin ran into one problem with that U.S.-China crisis communication in his February 4th call, however. Often, as happened with Austin last week, top Chinese military officials refused to get on the line. Sometimes Chinese officials don't even pick up. Former U.S. defense officials and other China experts cite fundamental differences in the way U.S. and Chinese leaders view the value of the crisis hotlines. Again, China not picking up the phone. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
right,
favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
man,
is it
no
Roadhouse,
movie.
did we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
No.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my God. Are you
Hepburn.
serious?
Yes.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you. How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Born this week back in 1828 was science fiction writer Jules Verne. He wrote such books as 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Around the World in 80 Days. And what had to be a disappointment, his final journey to the center of the earth stopped after just 6 feet. Pink is 43, which everybody who does paint by numbers already knows.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for the guy who would rather watch Star Wars than have sex.
Hey, babe. I was talking to the girls over at Delta Gamma, and they were thinking you and I should drop by and have a little fun.
Hold on 1 second. This is the best part. Vader's got Luke cornered.
Come on, honey. Why don't you corner me in the DG house? There's a sorority full of girls just dying to feel your force.
Oh, wow. Just look at the way Vader swings his lightsaber. Wait. Luke's about to get his hand cut off.
You know, we'd really like to see the way you swing your lightsaber. I told all the girls about it.
Dude, here it comes. Vader's gonna tell Luke he's his father. That's not true. That's impossible. Come to the dark side, Luke.
Baby, you can come to the dark side if you want, right now.
I'll never turn to the dark side. I'm Luke Skywalker.
Fine, forget it. You're more like Luke Skywhacker. Enjoy going Han Solo tonight, dork.
You know, those are two separate characters, and actually it's pronounced Han, not Han. See, Han was actually a Corellian orphan who became a smuggler, and Luke was the son of Anakin who became a Jedi.
All right, that's enough. This has been the guy who would rather watch Star Wars than have sex.
Oh, that is so sad.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. Her daughter Sophie's here.
Yes, hello.
Good
I feel
morning.
5 inches shorter in this chair. It feels great.
Unbelievable. There's Josh Arnold.
Sophie, are you taller than your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
5 inches taller. She's tiny. I don't know if you've seen her.
Boy, I'm sorry.
I think she was taller than Christy when she was, I don't know, 7?
Oh, okay.
7 or 8. There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
Yep, there's Ace Cosby. And as you know, Willie and Kostaki, what's his name, they're out in Arizona, and also Frank Caliendo's out there.
Frank Caliendo lives in the greater Phoenix area, and he's joining us right now from his studio. Hey, Frank.
Hey, how are you?
Good. You're looking good. How are you feeling good?
Dean told me I was Benjamin Buttoning. I'm getting younger. And I think I see my hair on here because I didn't really do much with it this morning. I look like a cross between Conan O'Brien and Andy Richter.
You do. You've got that launching tuft right in the middle of your forehead.
Yeah, I think it puffed up a little bit, and I don't know when I put the headphones on, but I'm just glad to be awake, guys. That's what we're all about.
I bet
Well, thanks for entertaining Kostaki and Willie. They're having a blast, and they said you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, they were great. I'll tell you, the beginning was interesting because I got an email the day before, because you talked to me a while back and said, hey, Willie and somebody else are going to be out there. Maybe you couldn't spell Economopolis. And I said, you say, hey, could you join them for a little bit? And I think in parentheses, you didn't say this, but in case they suck. And I was like, absolutely, would love to. Anything for you within reason. And right. Everybody in the room knows that. Not what the audience is thinking, but Tom will just keep asking. Yeah, could you? Yeah, could you maybe do it? Yeah, no, anything within reason. So Kostaki sent like a 5-page idea. Originally he had this whole thing. He got overzealous with it. He wanted to do something really cool and different, and it was almost sketch-like. And I wrote back. My stomach was hurting that night, and I sent an email back. I don't know what you guys have been told, but I am a helper. I am trying to do as little as possible and still make Tom happy.
I get that a lot.
Which everybody in the room can still attest to.
Oh, yeah.
So it was one of those kinds of things. And then Dean chimed in, oh, no, don't worry. Sometimes he gets a little over the top on this stuff. But we got there, and I knew it was going to happen because you get inundated with so many different things. You can never get to all your ideas anyways because everything's always running behind. The guests are behind, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it ended up, I think, going really well, and they found the niche they wanted to do. They used me in the right spots, and and it turned out pretty good. I have to tell you, being in that radio row, for people who don't know what that media center is like, it's some of the greatest voices in the country and some of the worst faces going along with it.
Of course.
All at the same. And it's not just, we're not just talking regular radio, we're talking a lot of sports radio. So it's like sports writers on the radio. And that's, in the evolutionary scale, it's the negative. It's the part they don't even get to. They don't even show yet because it hasn't gotten to a point. So I was happy to be with. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if this is what you want to hear or what. This isn't solicited. I was very impressed with Willie, and I didn't think I was going to be because I've only seen him in the. I've only seen him in the studio, and there's lots of people around, and he just chimes in here and there. He really took charge, and he was planning ahead.
He loves that stuff.
Yeah, he was really good. Thank you. Other dad. He was really.
Well, you could have just texted Tom this if you didn't want me speaking up too.
No, I was impressed because he was businesslike, and then he saw Joey. My son was with me. It was one of the reasons I even wanted to do it. Joey was with me, and they're two adults, sort of. And it was kind of cool, and these surreal moments of, gosh, I remember when these were two little kids running around. By the way, Joey, my son, dressed like to the hilt. He had on this Kith stuff that's like very hip and with it, and he was wearing a pair of sunglasses, and he put on a Suns hat because of the Kevin Durant thing, and people thought he was my handler. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, they would all want to come into. Is Frank going to be available for? And Joey pulled out a fake calendar. He was just going with. He's like, listen, he's very busy today. He's going to be doing stuff with the Bob and Tom show from 8 to 9:15. I'll give me your name and I'll get back to you. And afterward, he's like, I saved you like 25 interviews.
Frank Caliendo is our guest, and you are a resident of Greater Phoenix. How far away is this convention center from where you live?
Just 30 minutes. It's not far at all. I mean, I live 15 minutes from the airport because I'm in Tempe, on the border of Chandler. So yeah, for people who know the pronunciation. So it's I'm in a really good location. And the guy who was somebody going to ask something because they just heard me stuttering.
I don't know. I was just.
Or you guys falling asleep from me? I don't know.
With the Super Bowl coming to Phoenix, is it all over the local news constantly?
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of local news, but you see it everywhere. There's signage. Well, you guys know from being in town there too. When it comes to town, it takes over certain parts of the downtown. For us in Glendale, the stadium is 30 minutes outside of 25 minutes outside of downtown anyways. So downtown is where the NFL experience and all that stuff is right now, a very centralized location. And the people were starting to, Thursday it starts to get busy, and then Friday's crazy. So that's all starting to get there. Now parking, listen, part of the $9-10 parking was $40 the last couple days. So I was like, that's how cheap I am. I judge how busy everything is by the parking. Monday morning parking is $40. I have it. Don't worry, I have it. I got enough.
Okay, yeah, you've got it. Yeah.
Now you've been to a number of Super Bowls. I was trying to remember. Was it at the Super Bowl that you almost met George W. Bush?
Yeah, that was in Dallas. I was in Jerry Jones's suite. I'd get invited in there by Fox to meet George W. Bush. And George W. Bush was there. John Madden was there. They were sitting across from each other, and Jerry Jones was sitting in the middle of them.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, hey, well, I think we're in the right spot. Yeah, I mean, so bring it.
I believe we have been. This is my suite.
So I got past the Secret Service, everything, and they didn't want to interrupt. The PR person from the Cowboys did not want to interrupt all their conversation. Now, Fox is waiting with the camera for me to be on the Super Bowl. I probably wouldn't be talking to you now because I would have been so big. Hey, Tom, I'd be talking to. Maybe Chick.
Maybe.
Definitely. I had Christy's daughter, of course. I was going to say something really mean. And I was like, not Christy's daughter. And then I realized that's terrible.
Terrible, which is not what Kevin Durant is going to the Phoenix Suns. See how I did that segue?
That's nice.
Very, very good.
Frank, what would you have said had you been introduced to George W. Bush and John Madden? Did you have a line in your head?
Hey, are those fish sticks you're eating over there, man?
Yeah, I'm going to stuff these are hot dogs, stuff this into a chicken, into a duck, into a turkey, and then boom.
I guess I'd have had to say I'm sorry to both of them. That probably would have been. I do look young. I'm seeing myself on the screen. Dean wasn't lying to me. There must be a filter on this thing.
Did you have something in your pocket that you were going to say, or?
Well, definitely you can't have something in your pocket.
Yeah, I meant
going to see the president. No, not really. I probably just would. I knew it would have been 10 seconds on the air. So they actually showed me during that Super Bowl at one point eating a hot dog or something. And they talked about Joe Buck and Troy Aikman talked about me for a second. And then, maybe, I'm not sure if that was the same. Nope, that was a different one. I've been on a lot of Super Bowls, guys.
It's hard to separate them, isn't it?
No, I'll tell you this. After the Dallas one, it was funny because it was tough to get in there. Everything was screwed up. Bradshaw and I was with the Fox caravan and everything, and we couldn't get into that stadium. Everything was screwed up so much. They had us driving around in circles. But Michelle and my daughter and son came later, and after that, they had trouble getting in. It was a whole difficulty. They did get in for it, and then afterward, my son at the time, he's still my son, but at the time, this is what he said.
I love stuff like that, Frank.
My son said, do we have to go to another one of these Super Bowls ever again? I was like, you are the most spoiled brat in the world. And now he's like, why'd you have to go get fired by Fox, Dad? You should have been doing this forever. I'm like, nah, I mean, it would be cool. We could still go to the Super Bowl. It's just you're not gonna finish college.
You're not gonna go, I gather.
No, I actually don't like going to the game. I know that sounds terrible. I like watching it on TV, and the reasons are: one, I'm the progressive becoming your parents commercial, where I'm worried about getting out of there before I even get to the stadium. I'm like, the parking's going to be awful, and what the police caravan, they're going to make it even slower. But you have to get there 3 or 4 hours early. It's far away here. And everybody talks about the commercials, the announcers, and the game after the next day on Monday. You miss a lot of the stuff that goes along with the Super Bowl culture other than the game. So I just like watching it on TV.
Yeah,
the product is so good. The product of how they film a game and play it back and replays, all that stuff is so good on TV, and people are kind of guiding you along in what's happening. I like it better.
Okay, Frank Caliendo was our guest. Any big live gigs coming up?
I think I'm going to be doing something I don't know if it's announced. I think it's announced, but maybe not on sale yet. The Peppermill Casino in Wendover, Nevada, right outside of Salt Lake City. And I think I'm going to be doing something outside of Pittsburgh, a casino out that way in Pennsylvania in April, I believe.
Any new voices?
I always have new voices. Is what can I do with them? I think I figured out how to do Bob Odenkirk and Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah?
But I can only do, did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. And so do I. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. That's all I can do. So I got to find a way to work that in, which it becomes Tony Romo. Oh, Jim. I got Tony Romo as right now. My Nance is weaker than everything else, but my Nance and Romo has become Hello, friends. Jim Nance along with the car known as Tony Romo. Rev it up, Tony. Oh, Jim. 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 Here we go, Jim. Jim, what's he going to do here? I don't know, Tony. That's your job.
That's terrific. Frank Caliendo. Do you ever do in the Oscars, for example, they do that tribute to the actors and directors who died in that year. Do you ever do a salute to all the dead voices you do?
No, that feels very Fred Travalena.
Speaking of dead.
Yeah, but no, I've gotten more into this thing where it's like I'm finding voices that are close to each other, like I was talking there. If you take the Tony Romo, Jim, and you bring it down the back of the throat a little bit, and add some Kermit the Frog, it's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, well, I mean, that right there and get a little rumble. That's that there, and I've done this before, I think, for you. The John C. Reilly is in here because that's a little Kermit. Mark Ruffalo had air, and then Joe Rogan is, wow, Jamie, pull that up. Oh, my God.
Those are all fantastic. Frank Caliendo is the best. Frank's going to be helping out my son Willie and Kostaki Economopoulos getting some cool video. As always, thanks, Frank. And Frank, I believe we're going to see you in the month of May. Is that correct?
I'm working on it. Yeah, we were texting back and forth. My daughter has become a huge fan. So
we'll make
I'll get her an autograph.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah,
we'll make that happen. See you, Frank. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Boy, that was hilarious. We have a couple things I've got to get to.
Boy, John C. Reilly's really getting good.
Boy, that is really just dead on. Yeah. Do you know who John C. Reilly is?
Yeah, of course. I love him.
Boogie Nights. You ever see that movie?
Well, Step Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sophie's aware of. Let's not just go to the mostly nude part for the daughter of someone you work with. Okay.
Sorry. Came to mind. Right now, I want to talk about food.
You're in love with John C. Reilly.
We talked to him. He was a nice guy. If you love spending time in checkout lines and being at the grocery store for hours looking around for the horseradish.
Nobody likes that.
No, that's why you want to check out HelloFresh. How does it work? Well, HelloFresh does the shopping. Every week they have expert chefs do plenty of cool recipes for you. And when I say do, they get the recipes, put them together, and then they send you the food and the directions. So what are we talking about? Well, whatever kind of food lifestyle you have, they can fit you in. For example, they have, they've got stuff, if you just like good old-fashioned family-friendly food, they've got that. They've got vegan menus, et cetera, et cetera. You can swap proteins, whatever you want. Eat well and save money because HelloFresh buys in bulk, and the food, of course, is fresh. They send you the box. Everything has been measured. You take the cards that have pictures and everything, and it tells you what to do. Some of them are super fast, like the 15-minute get ready for Southwest pork and bean burritos or falafel power bowls. HelloFresh is committed to quality. Check them out. They've got their best offer ever. Sign up today. 65% off plus free shipping. The code is BTShow65 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Restaurant quality food and like the old commercial used to say, and I helped. You put it together. It's fun. Great for date night, Josh. The code is BTShow65. HelloFresh.com/BT Show. Coming up, we have a little bit of history for you. We'll also review the picks for the Chick McGee famous shoe-in of the week.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
Here we go. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Yeah. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert Earl Keen at the K-Pig Swine and Soiree dance. They wore baseball caps and khaki pants. They wanted cigs, so to save some money, they got one off a hippie that smelled kind of funny. Next thing they knew, they were both really hungry and pretty thirsty too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Found a store with the sign said their beer was coldest. They sent in Brad because he looked the oldest. He got a case of beer and a candy bar. Walked over to where all them registers are. Laid his fake ID on the countertop. Clerk looked, he turned, he looked back up, he stopped. He said, "Kid, I'm not gonna call the cops, but I'm gonna have to keep this card." The guys both took it pretty hard. Sing it if you know it, even in your car. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car, a key, and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Met this other old hippie named Sleepy John. He said he was the guy from the Robert Earl Keen song, so they gave him their cash. He bought him some brews. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good, should have been a crime. The crowd was cool and the band was prime. They made it back up front to their seats just in time to sing with all their friends. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, a car, key, and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
There it is.
Wow.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Patrick Mahomes dominated the voting for the AP NFL Most Valuable Player Award. Now he'll try to break the MVP curse. Mahomes, who also won in 2018, easily outdistanced Jalen Hurts, receiving 48 of 50 first-place votes from a nationwide panel of media members who cover the league. He earned 490 points to 193 for Hurts, who got one first-place vote, 26 seconds, 11 thirds, and 10 fourths. Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs face Hurts, of course, and the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl on Sunday in Arizona. The entire list of the new class of the Hall of Fame includes DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Rondé Barber, Joe Klecko, Chuck Howley, and Ken Riley. Also, coaching candidate Don Coryell got voted into the Hall and will be inducted in Canton this summer. And Damar Hamlin made his second appearance in Phoenix during Super Bowl week, joining first responders on stage at the NFL Honors. He received the NFLPA's Alan Page Community Award last night, a little more than a month after he went into cardiac arrest and needed to be resuscitated on the field in Cincinnati. Winners in the NBA last night: Orlando, Atlanta, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee. Top 25 college basketball: number 1 Purdue beats Iowa. Number 4, Arizona over Cal. Number 7, UCLA beat Oregon State. Loyola Marymount beat number 15, St. Mary's, 78-74. And Gonzaga beat San Francisco. NHL last night: Detroit, New Jersey, Florida, Tampa Bay, Vancouver, and Vegas all win in regulation. And the Flyers win in a shootout, beating Edmonton 2-1. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, folks. Billy Mazing here with another amazing revolutionary product exclusively for Bob and Tom Show listeners. Ladies, how many times has this happened to you? You've spent a night hitting the bars and drinking way more than you should, but when it's time to hurry to the bathroom and vomit, your BFF is making out with some guy by the jukebox. Suddenly, you don't have anyone to hold your hair. Well, now your worries are over thanks to my amazing Barf-Away barrettes. Only $19.95 for a set of 2, 3 sets for $89.95 plus shipping and handling. Yes, these fashionable accessories can be attached at the first signs of queasiness, holding even the most unruly coif out of the line of fire. Each Billy Mazing Barf-Away barrette utilizes oversized pinch clips, making them simple to apply, even for the most impaired fingers. Just put them on as you're making a beeline toward the facilities and don't worry about a thing. Barf Away barrettes work like magic to keep your hair swept back from your face and free of stomach contents, tooth fillings, and toilet water. You'll emerge from the bathroom or back alley stylish, empty, and ready for more.
Yeah.
Just clip it, unload, and forget it. Best of all, if you order in the next 5 minutes, I'll include a tub of Bio Be Gone breath mints for absolutely free, plus shipping and handling of $29.95. What comes up or down is nobody's business but yours with these powerful breath scrubbing mitts. So what are you waiting for? Order my Billy Amazing Barf Away barrettes and Bio Be Gone breath mints, and let's get this party started. I'm Billy Amazing.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Minutes or so.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That is her daughter, Sophie.
Hello, I loved your song, chick.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We were talking about Schoolhouse Rock songs while we were during the
50th anniversary this year.
Is that right?
Oh, wow.
Good God, everything's 50th anniversary. There's Josh Arnold. He said underwater. He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
I got a lot of thinking to do over the weekend, don't I?
You might want to think a lot. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
I got a couple letters referencing things we talked about in the show today. Of course, a lot of Super Bowl talk, also some food talk. Jess Hooker kindly recreated the Andy Reid mac and cheese recipe with 7 cheeses in it. $200 to serve 12.
Yeah, I'll get you those receipts.
Not exactly a bargain. But we were also talking about a smuggler that smuggled, was it methamphetamine with radishes?
That's right.
And you don't like radishes.
To me, they're crunchy, but they don't have any taste.
They do.
Got this. Good morning, bee-holes, not Jess.
Okay.
They called us bee-holes. Yeah. All right.
This is from Brad. He writes, my grandparents had a garden and my grandmother made radish and butter sandwiches.
Very popular in certain areas.
I have heard of those. I've never had one.
They're great.
Apparently, they're very popular in France.
Oh, really?
That's where I had mine when I was 9 years old. I grew up along the
All right, well,
river that
they're in
is.
Nice, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on the banks of the whatever that is.
Sure.
Under the arch of the thing. And
okay, thank you.
I'll bring those. I'll get butter and radishes at the farmer's market.
We're to do radish sandwiches?
Yep.
I'd love it. Please
We're doing
do,
it.
Jess.
We're doing it. Yeah.
Yesterday was National Pizza Day. I approve. Radish Day? No.
I don't know. We'll find one.
Radish sandwich day.
Okay, I'm going to give him a second chance.
Who?
No, are you?
What?
Just a second. Calm down. I'm going somewhere.
Oh, my God.
It's unbelievable. No.
Like talking about
Sophie.
eggs.
Sophie.
Yes.
You're familiar, of course, with radishes.
Yes.
You know what they are? They're
You know what they are. You're familiar with them.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you know what they
radish is.
so therefore I can assume you know what a potato is.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so now Josh had an encounter with a potato, and I'm going to give him another opportunity to explain this.
Weren't you in the produce department?
I'm real nervous
Josh?
for where this is
Oh, you
going.
have no reason to be nervous there,
Okay.
Sophie. I was at the grocery store.
That's right.
Yes, and I was looking at these big baking potatoes, you know, your russets, yeah. And there was a woman standing there, and I was holding a potato in each hand, and I looked at her and I said, you know, these remind me a lot of my testicles. And the lady said, oh, my gosh, they're that big? I said, no, this dirty.
You got it. Welcome to take 2.
Did you like that joke?
Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny joke.
Okay.
And now here's Carl Eller to tell it. Carl?
No, stop.
He's enjoying.
Okay. We have another great seagull story. I'll have to save it for Monday, though, I guess.
Seagull?
Yeah, we were talking about
seagull.
Seagulls, the story about the seagulls they had to rescue.
Yeah.
This comes to us from the summertime. Authorities in Michigan arrested a man at a beach in Petoskey, Michigan, right on Lake Michigan there between Harbor Springs and Charlevoix. State troopers responded Sunday afternoon, July 23rd, to a naked guy from Ann Arbor chasing seagulls in the nude. Now, the seagulls were naked and so was he.
It was Coach Harbaugh.
It was not Coach Harbaugh.
That's weird.
This is really funny. The unnamed man was taken to a hospital for injuries he sustained in the parking lot while falling over naked.
Oh.
Authorities believe he may have consumed LSD earlier in the day.
I scraped my wiener.
So.
Hell yeah, he did.
Naked chasing seagulls on a beautiful Michigan beach.
What do you think the end game was?
A commercial for eHarmony.
I think it's.
They find your...
So do you move or do you move the seagull? I think that's what the end game was.
I just got that.
Yeah, I know.
He probably thought they were elves and leprechauns. He's
Time now
so high on
for
acid.
Today.
Oh, wait a minute. What day is today?
In history, February 10.
March. Oh,
The 9th?
February 10, Tom. February 10.
Okay, I got to find it here.
Febby tens.
Now, this is now, Sophie. The way this works is we take a day like today, and we go back in time.
Yeah, because the phrase "today in history," I could see where she'd be confused.
Yeah, I've never listened to the show before, so I had no idea.
I don't blame you. Your mom's on it.
Sophie, is this the way you're going to leave your room?
1942, Glenn Miller was awarded the first ever gold record after selling 1 million copies of what song?
Welcome to the Jungle.
In the Mood?
No.
Oh. Chattanooga Choo Choo?
Yes, Chattanooga Choo Choo,
Oh.
which is, by the way, the source of a great line in the movie Young Frankenstein.
Here, boy. 29.
1949, one of the great sitcoms of all time, Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman. Hilarious.
What?
Yeah, they're redoing it now. It's called Death of a Telemarketer.
I tried to tell Artie. I said, Artie, the life of a salesman. Come on.
Wait a minute. 1989, the 100th episode of Miami Vice. Oh, they did that many episodes of that show?
They did?
Wow.
That is really surprising.
They never
honestly.
caught the coke either, but they sure did a lot of coke on the set. Looked like. Let's see now.
It's a wild time.
89, the WWF, which is now the WWE, announced that professional wrestling is not technically a sport, which is why you can't bet on it.
Certainly athletic, though.
Yeah.
No, it's theater.
It's entertaining.
1996,
Yeah.
IBM's Deep Blue computer defeated Gary Kasparov in round 1.
Terrifying a world.
But as I recall, he ended up winning that match eventually.
With a sledgehammer.
And happy birthday, Lon Chaney Jr. You know who he portrayed?
No.
In the 20s, I think, this movie.
Okay, then I feel bad.
He portrayed the Wolfman.
100 years ago. 100 years ago.
Not that Wolfman.
No.
Not Wolfman.
Lon Chaney
Jack.
Jr. walking with the Queen.
Time now to review things we learned today on the show, brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Ioniq 5, Motor Trend's 2023 SUV of the year when it comes to award-winning driving. We're thinking of you every mile at Hyundai.
I've got my Ioniq 5.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
I don't care for Tom saying ladies and gentlemen. I went on a rant about that earlier.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it.
Respectful.
I don't care for it.
But you do like ladies and germs.
I love ladies and germs. And
But
Kelly
ladies and germs is only funny because of the tradition of ladies and gentlemen.
Kelly Clarkson and Kirk Cousins sang a duet last night.
Sorry, Kelly. I just wanted to sing one quick tribute song to Tom Brady on behalf of all the other quarterbacks in our league.
He's great so far.
Like a diamond. Okay.
Tom's won 7 times, went to 10.
He's singing
on
right
some
now.
beats, so maybe Kirk could win.
Wait, you can really sing.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
What do you
First of all,
expect?
you can really sing. What?
No, in contrast.
What, you got it? Okay.
Come on, Kelly. Everyone wants to hear you sing, not me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, you mean sing like that? That's a really good bit. Good for him.
Okay, Josh loves radishes, and Pat Godwin will eat them in the store.
Isn't that funny?
Actually, shoplifting.
Yeah.
So we're doing radishes next week?
Radishes.
Radish sandwiches?
Radish sandwiches. Butter and radishes.
Our show is like an extra sketch, Josh said. During the commercials, you just turn us upside down and shake us, and we start all over.
Yeah.
It'll be a new topic. Eventually getting to butts.
We tried Andy Reid's mac and cheese. I thought it was okay, and I don't think anyone else even closely liked it.
It was okay, but it was, it sounds stupid, but very cheesy.
Oily and coagulated.
It's one of those things, too much of a good thing, too much.
That's why we
too
use
many different
artificial
cheeses.
cheese,
They don't mix together well.
Binding, I'm assuming. We'll know here in a
Good luck
few
with
hours.
that, guys.
I have a movement scheduled for next Wednesday. I had 3 bowls.
Plus, we have a Cheese Whiz mixed with lube in Philadelphia from Cam Soda for some weird reason.
What?
Yeah, Cam Soda, that company you were talking about, is sending Cheese Whiz mixed with lube to keep people from climbing the light poles in the event of a Philadelphia Eagles win, which has been promised by Chick McGee in a triple shock bet. And Sophie, unfortunately, has picked the opposing.
Tom, you could have just told Chick you didn't want him to do it today.
Why is that?
Because he said 4 words and you spoke for 5 minutes.
Well, he's so slow. I wanted to get to it. We have things to review.
Well, I got to breathe when I talk.
Like to give the listener.
Irritating. How dare you take a pause? I want everything to sound like I'm gonna.
Okay. Radishes and meth.
Have a fun Super Bowl.
Thanks. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.